get into like real prison, you get the Xbox and everything the fuck you want. You can like walk around, you can do whatever the fuck, right? So
Right.
once you really like yeah, like I don't want to go back, but if you give me like 100,000, I go for a year. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna make 100K here probably,
yeah,
and this
yeah,
year I will, but like you know what I mean. It's not that
yeah.
hard, bro.
Do you think that too has actually like made you even more confident in the sense that not you don't not want to go back. However, you know that they can throw any like that at you and you'll be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
nothing to fear left, bro.
yeah, yeah. Oh, you're gonna be tested by the simulation. Auntie says people trade anything in prison: toilet paper, cigarettes, potato chips, Jello, etc. Did you
Yes.
see any guys with like a big like stash? What they call it, like the store, where you can buy like extra shit from them?
No, because everybody in my place, like the most of them, are not there for a long time at that area.
Okay, yeah, and
But there
plus you
were
guys are
like two guys,
communists, right? You're
I guess
communists, right?
there were like two guys. They were like I guess murderers or something because they were like they had like
Murders.
privileges. Yeah, they were there for a long time, and they would have like privileges, like because they were cleaning and like having more access to the kitchen. They would like
Uh,
but eventually they were actually nice.
yeah. Can we take the metaphor of the simulation that this is a prison planet and you being in jail now, like, does that seem like a feasible thing? Like, this is maybe a jail, but it's just a nice jail with cushiness in it.
I don't know. I do remember when I was in jail, like at the moment I was thinking, maybe this isn't jail, bro. Maybe I'm already dead, right? And this guy is just like an angel or something. When I think I'm gonna go out, I just die. That's what I thought. But uh I don't know. This could be hell. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that means that we're all demons. I've seen cartoons like where everyone's like a demon. This is like normal. It's not like they're doing bad things. It's just like their appearances are, instead of being a human, they look like little demons. Everyone looks like a little devils and stuff. That shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe we have to learn here, right? So then you could call it a prison or a school or whatever.
whatever it is, I don't think it's that bad. Right? It's what you make it, more or less, right?
Probably. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You can think your way out of here. So the only prison is your mind, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Like
And the
everybody
door's
wants to
open.
escape. I don't want to escape.
What in the chamber, I bang. It's all out, she don't got no shame. Who should I give my love? But should I leave this pain? Yeah, 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 2. Yeah, what did eyes I really owe? Yeah, 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 2. She wanna be like me, I wanna be like her. If anyone touch my baby, I'm boy off the earth. Yeah, wiping that boy off the surface. Yeah, spin on top of his hearse. Fuck, you think that he in his bad, boy, I turn your skin to a purse. Yeah, turn his ass into a Birkin. Selling it like it's my merch. Got him writing his name in cursive. We putting that boy in verse. We fucking around like nurses. Flying around like birds. Snipe it up, they do. They tell your boys are curses. What a chamber, I bang. It's all out, she don't got no shame. Who should I give my love? But should I leave this pain? Yeah, 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 2. Yeah, what did eyes I really owe? Yeah, 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 2. Yeah, stand on the top like you. Whatever I say, they do. And I've been on both sides. I was down there too. They had shit to lose. And I was praying I do. I was praying I would one day. I was praying I do. Breathe and take it all in. Yeah, come alive for the city of God, the city of sin. When my peace got lost in tears, I cried, they rolled off of my skin. If they catch me right now, they got no case to put me in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Touch me like Alonso. Whoa, 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 whoa. So far, too far gone.
What's up, everybody? What's up, NPCs? Gabriel Carbo back at it again at NPC the game. Good to have everybody. What's up, Wiccan? Good to see you, sister. Neurojack, what up? I see you, bro. Yeah, Wiccan, appreciate you. Yeah, drop that link. Drop that donation if you guys feel moved to a donation or two. They are appreciated. What's up, Stoned and Alone? What's up, Legend? Good to see you, man. Good to have you, Wella. What's up, lovely Wella? Good to see you. Good evening. Yeah. Big Sean, the homie from the Yay area. My brother, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, you get a good episode, bro. You can relate to this probably. Before we do that, Shadow Buddha in the building, my brother. My brother. Shout out to the Scots here in America. You know, the gods of the earth everywhere, from wilderness of North America all the way out to Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, everywhere. But shout out to my boy Shadow Buddha, my friend, my homie. Yeah, shout out to Shadow Buddha, the wise ones. You know who you are. So let's get back at it. Today's episode is Ben's Master Player Guide. The 8 Cosmic Archetypes. All right, man. We study archetypes. That's what we do. All right. So with that said, let's get into it. What are the archetypes? I mean, you probably heard the word archetypes if you study the great Carl Jung, psychologist, right? Historian, myth maker. But yeah, archetypes are images and stories. It's not intellectual stuff. It's images and stories that basically describe all the situations and all the people, all the characters of this earth throughout the years. Every culture has their own archetypes. And there is like a uniform thing, no matter where you're from in the earth, these cultural archetypes pop up, man. And the reason I wanted to get into it is because my son, Ben, and I have been having this discussion about the archetypes and like trying to see how we can use these modes of being as a way to get, move through life and succeed, right? What's up, Markella? Good to see you. What's up, Markella, my love? Good to see you. Shout out to Markella, bro. Yeah, we're always dropping the clips. Always. Yeah. Always dropping clips. That's how we do it. We live. We live, Shadow Buddha.
My nigga.
That's it. That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to the thumbnail. Rebecca and Finfin. Mythical narrative. Are you living your mythical narrative right now? Because basically, if you strip away your mundane life and everything that you're doing right now, there's like a mythical story going on right now, an epic story. You may think you're just going to the mailbox to get some mail, but really you may be reenacting on a higher vibration, a higher level. The Egyptians defending Egypt from the Greeks thousands of years ago, and you're the general that's fending the hordes off, right? But you don't even have to think about misses. What's up, Becca? Good to see you. Much love, Becca. Hope those chickens are doing good. Yeah, but like this time we're living in right now, it's cool because when I talk to Ben about archetypes, and I think it's important always to use stories when dealing with archetypes, because it sets a almost impossible to attain version of what it means to be completely pure and good. Because as a human, you're probably never going to reach it realistically. Maybe you will if you're like a bodhisattva or something, but most people aren't. But that's why we strive high. Because if we strive high to do something, even if we get there 75%, we're still going to be 93% above the masses, the asses of the planet, right? The rest of everybody else. That's why we to talk about the archetypes, right? And we talk about we're laying the groundwork right now, talking about the archetypes that we know, in order to be able to pick them out later on when we see people throughout in our real life, right? Because that's the key. I mean, if you can study all you want and have all this wisdom and how this knowledge, but it doesn't become wisdom or understanding unless you can apply it, right? Here and now. So the cool thing about the day we're living in today is that there's this world we're living in with the internet and everybody able to pick up all forms of media and history at any time. This is the ultimate pop pot, right? The ultimate historical jackpot going on right now. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get those prayers going for Markella's surgery on the 16th. Send it up for Markella. Sending it up for Markella. She's already great, and she's gonna do even better, And we're gonna be thinking about you and praying for you, Markella. And I appreciate everything you do for me and everyone else. I mean, there's a lot of people that are great supporters around here. For me, it's been like 2 years, been live streaming over here at this channel, and I appreciate all of you, especially Markella though, Wiccan, and Buddha. Especially, but like Markella, I appreciate everything you do. Not only do you help me and help the other creators that come up here by sharing their links, dropping the dono link, you add a great content to the show, to the broadcast. Don't ever forget how much you're appreciated. What's going on, Dennison? What's up, dog? What's up, big dog? Dennison, where you at? There you go. Digital Dennison in the building. You'll like this, Dennison. We probably talked about this in a nonchalant way. The archetypes. Because like right now, like I'm talking to Ben too. If he ever, wants to listen to this, we'll probably have this conversation later on too, building on the archetypal conversation we've been having. Literally, Ben, we're swimming in this one of the most archetypal rich worlds available, right? And ever we have our ancestors, and I'm so excited about ancestors I've ever had. You can combine the stuff like we're gonna do today. All the characters you like, One Piece. Today we're gonna use the archetypes using the characters from One Piece, Fortnite, the back rooms, SCP Foundation, and the Simpsons to give you the perfect dictionary, my son, in order to understand these concepts and apply them to your real life. Right? So everybody, here's the guide. And Ben, here's the list of the major archetypes tailored exactly to you, my son's Ben's world. And we're doing this stream as a master player guide. So you can literally read and talk through these archetypes with even with your loved ones. Some of y'all have kids, nephews, nieces around the same age as Ben. And I encourage you to use this as a way to introduce the topics of archetypes. Because this is important to be self-reflected in this day and age we're living in, especially when so many people are just, they're about the exterior, but they don't really combine it with the what's going on inside, the esoteric, right? So let me see. Got my pictures up right here. What's everybody in the chat? I wonder who you guys would use as your framework in talking about the archetypes. Once again, we're using the One Piece, Fortnite, the back rooms, SCP Foundation, and the Simpsons. And if you don't know who these people are, these characters are, it's okay. We'll walk you through it. All right, give you a crash course. Because remember, these archetypes are literally they're the skins that you can use. Like on Fortnite, you use skins. People have different abilities and whatnot to get through life. Because remember, Ben and everyone else, that inside your brain you have, let's say you have a gaming wheel of 8 different cosmic archetypes, right? Cosmic meaning universal. And think of these different characters, classes for you guys that used to play Final Fantasy and whatnot, or skins in Fortnite. And you can equip in real life, in real time, these skins to power up your mind. So in case you have a tough day, you can level up your consciousness still and get through it, right? Hank O'Flamia, what's up, Hank? He said, differing gives me a complete but inconsistent archetypal framework. Okay. Yeah, there's different ways you can apply these archetypes and whatnot. Yeah. You're going to use this one right quick. So the cosmic archetype. Who we got first? First, we got my son Ben's favorite archetypal character. Not me. Well, yeah, hopefully someday. Let's see. Luffy, huh? Mr. Luffy, huh? So number 1, Ben, in class, we're talking about the hero archetype, the warrior. When you think of this warrior archetype, this hero, think about the power of courage, having courage and discipline. And what it is in simple terms is it's the part of you that stands up to challenges, and it makes you focus on your goal. And this archetype of the hero, you never give up, especially when it gets hard. You just keep pushing, right? And there he is, Luffy from One Piece. One Piece is one of the most prolific animes ever created. It's still going on right now. There's over 16,000 episodes, 1,500 episodes, right? We're on 200 basically right now. Ben and I were watching it right now together. I think it's a good way to cycle through the archetypes, right? Watching that with him. But like, yeah, One Piece talks about these group of pirates that are like misfits and whatnot, you know, the outcasts, and they all have their own their unique abilities and level ups, and they work together in order to achieve goals and whatnot. So yeah, so that's Luffy, right? And he's a warrior, and he'll fight an entire naval marine fleet just to save his friends, bro. Just to save his friends. I mean, he has his own goal, which is like to be the greatest pirate in the world, history of the world and whatnot. But yeah, he also prioritizes his friends as well, his crew. And he's definitely a warrior, right? He gets focused. When he's focused on his goal, he never gives up. That's pure energy, hero energy. When he'll fight, you know, thousands of people, hundreds of people, just to achieve his goal, which is to cultivate his friendship in this case. Yeah. That's winter going on. Good year, Dennison. Valvidi in the background. That's the theme of the show of Gabriel Carbo Live, NPC the game. Yeah, the soundtrack to life. The violins represent the swords and the tarot, the intellect thinking, right? Verbal combat. So I would say also too, we're speaking on what Ben loves. What's up, Mariah? How you doing, sister? Much love, Mariah. Yeah, Mariah, I don't know if your fam plays Fortnite, but we're a Fortnite family over here, among other things, right? And 2K family too. But Fortnite is where we started, and we're using these archetypes, the model of archetypes, and using what my son Ben, what he loves to to hobby with, right? As a way of talking about these archetypes and how we can use them in real life. So in Fortnite, if you're a ranked player, that means you made it, right? I asked Ben, like, why don't you play ranked games? And he's like, you have to wait too long because so many people want to play and rank up, right? But those ranked players are heroes in a sense digitally because they use their focus. They don't only just play the matches where they get ranked and get money in tournaments, but they practice. Because being a hero or a warrior is practicing your builds and aiming for that victory royale, they call it, right? And through your hard work, you're going to see the payoff, right? You're going to see the payoff, right? So Ben or anybody else that's if you have a tough day, use that archetype skin of the warrior when you have a tough day at school or a big test coming up, midterms. They have that even in elementary school here. And if you're having there's like a real crucial part of your sport, your game you're playing, if you're playing basketball or having a judo match, or when you need to stand up for a friend, right? That's being like bullied, use that hero archetype. But don't use it too much because there can be a glitch in the system if you use it too much. If the skin gets too angry, if that archetypal warrior gets too angry, he'll glitch into the bully. Which is the bullies fighting just to hurt people instead of trying to protect them. You don't want to be that, right? You don't want to be that, my son. Yeah. So that's our hero archetype, warrior archetype in the form of Luffy, right? For Ben's player guide to the 8 cosmic archetypes, right? We got 7 more, right? That we're going to get through Appreciate y'all being here. Yeah. So number 2, I'm sure you guys are familiar with this next one. Number 2, the trickster, the rebel, the power of wit and freedom. Yeah, the trickster, right? Who do we have? Bart Simpson, right? That's one of Ben's favorites. Bart Simpson. That's funny because like in '91, it's the first time I saw it when I back in what was I like in 6th grade or 7th grade, and a little older than Ben. Ben's only going to go in 3rd grade, but yeah, this Bart Simpson, right? The trickster, right? What is the trickster? Well, the trickster is that part of you that loves to laugh and break the boring rules in order to find a better way, and they use clever tricks instead of their fists. Where the warrior a lot of times more physical, the trickster is more cerebral and uses humor and intellect and cleverness to get through this stuff, these trials and little tribulations. Because I learned even in kindergarten that like they have their little inner world and dramas and stuff too. These elementary school students and our children and nieces and nephews, it's real. I like this. Mariah says, the skin is a cape or invisible hug. Yes, invisible hug. Just speaking like a good mom right there. Nurturing. But yeah, it's the skin you wear. It's the invisible cape. It's there. You just can't see it. And sometimes that trickster is important. I'm a teacher. Sometimes the tricksters can get annoying from my perspective. But I remember I was a trickster, to say the least at times. And a good example is like we see here is little Bart man. You love Bart? Bart's crazy, huh? Yeah. You love Bart, yeah. He's hilarious. Were you Lisa Simpson? Mariah? So Mariah loved Bart. So here's the thing, like Bart is the ultimate prankster because he's always that rebel who challenges authority. We either be Mo at the bar, making prank phone calls, right? We either be Principal Skinner, right? Or maybe even his dad. I mean, even though that's another story, another show. A lot of these sitcoms, they portray the dad as a buffoon, right? And Homer is definitely a buffoon among other things. Doesn't know what's really going on all the time. But he has his moments, though. But in this, it's a reflection. Some of these shows are a reflection of real life where some of the men and the so-called fathers are fucking up. And sometimes they do need a joke laid at them in order to snap them out of their aloofness, right? And that's what Bart does with Homer sometimes, right? So Wickens says, Bart got my stepbrother in so much trouble back in the day. Yeah, did he say? It was like that when I got there. Bart would always say that, right? Mariah said a bit of both, kind of her brain and his tricks. I can see that, definitely, Mariah. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, these archetypes. I mean, we're doing this kids for Ben, but adults can use these too because you see the archetypes in real life, man. You could use the real life people an uncle that's an OG. You can use we'll get to the magician archetype, a doctor, a cousin that's a doctor, older cousin or whatever. You can use it to whatever how you feel. This ain't no just kids play, right? This is some high powered techniques, right? Mind power. What's up, Steel Man? Good to see you. Yeah, don't get it twisted. Yeah. So Bart is definitely that trickster archetype, right? He uses his wit to get his freedom. Also, too, I guess Luffy, as we showed earlier, Luffy B Monkey, he's a trickster too. Especially as I heard, because I haven't got there yet, but I've seen some clips when One Piece gets to Gear 5. It's when Luffy fights like a cartoon character. I mean, he's already the Plastic Man already with his arms going crazy like Michael Jordan in Space Jam. But he starts getting crazier. He starts laughing and turning the floor into rubber. And he's using the ultimate trickster blueprint to confuse his enemies, right? And I mean, think about the comics you love. Like we love the Virgo comics, like Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle. Very good, very amazing tricksters of the who take what the so-called social engineers trying to mind control you guys, and exposing what they're doing, but doing it in a funny way. Right? They're fighting the system in a sense, if you have the right eyes. So one good thing about these archetypes is that you can flip through them, Ben. You can just flip. You can flip from 1 minute you can be the warrior, and then like the next day you can be the explorer or the trickster. Depends what you need, right? Use your bag. Like you have as we're learning in basketball, you have like a layup package or a bag. You also have an archetype package. Choose when to use these things. Act accordingly. There's a season and time for everything. So yeah, so Shadow Buddha says hit the like, smash, subscribe, the like buttons, right? And put that notification on all. That way you always get updated. So there's no excuses, and support with the buy me a coffee, right? We appreciate you. Ain't nothing wrong with asking for donations, bro. Time is money. Money is time and whatnot. Time doesn't even exist, but money does. So y'all, so when in real time, you can use this archetype of the trickster. If you're feeling like bored or trapped in your mundane reality, mundane means like everything's the same old, right? If you feel trapped in that, it helps sometimes when you crack a joke to make someone smile or think outside the box to solve a problem. That's a high-powered technique you can use, mind power, right? Oh, but you got to be careful sometimes. Like with all these things, there's a shadow. I'll call it the glitch, right? So if you get too out of hand with this trickster skin or archetype, it'll glitch into the troll, right? When breaking things or hurting people's feelings just to cause chaos, like the Joker archetype, or these trolling communities and whatnot. You just want to hurt people's feelings. Now, if you want to help people get to the next level, help them find something that they can't see that will help them, yeah, you can do some jokes. You can even bust balls, as they say in the Italian community, right? But yeah, don't glitch out, right? This trickster archetype it's really fun, and it takes a nuance to it. There's a nuance to it. So the next archetype that we're going to is the ultimate explorer, the innocent, right? We'll call it. He used to call it in the Jungian model. We'll call it the explorer. And their power of this skin is the power of curiosity. And I think it's important, Ben, is because part of that 007 vibe that loves to discover unknown places and face things that are mysterious. And it also teaches you the explorer teaches you to stay brave, even when there's like creepy situations going on, right? Creeped out. You might be creeped out. But if you're an explorer, you got to keep pushing. Kind of like the warrior. Yeah. Yeah, but the curiosity will keep you going. With the warrior, the power was courage to keep him pushing through difficult situations. And the power of wit and freedom got the trickster through those difficult situations. The power of curiosity will get the explorer through these difficult situations. And a good example are these fellows right here and ladies right here, the backroom hazmat explorers. Now, the Backrooms is a movie that came out last month from a young YouTuber who's in his like 19, 20-year-old. And he made a movie about all the lore about the Backrooms. The Backrooms are a liminal space, meaning a big open space that normally should have a lot of people there, but has nobody there. And when that happens, your mind shifts to this place where it's like creepy and very confused, right? And when the back rooms are, the lore of it goes that there's a scientific team going through there and trying to explore it and see what it's made of. But that room, nobody really can explain what it is. And people delete when they go in there and never come back. A lot of people. So these explorers use their power of curiosity when they're going through the black rooms, when they're walking through level 0 and they're mapping out the infinite yellow hallways that you see in the background that go on. And they're staying calm while they're looking for an exit, right? They're curious because probably if they weren't so curious, they'd be freaking out. It's like, how the hell am I going to get out of here? Okay. It's almost like when you drop into a Fortnite level, a new map on a new season, and you're exploring the new biomes and finding like the hidden chests and learning the new terrain of the level. It's similar to that. Like you're not, and a lot of times you got to have your head in the swivel because you're so curious and exploring the new map that one of the ops might shoot you, murk you from behind, or pop your ass, right? But that's what curiosity can push through new situations that might be creepy or a little scary. Wickens said Backroom is a messed up movie. It is, huh? It takes place in my hometown, East Side San Jose, Northern California, right there. Capitol Expressway right there in McKee. Yeah, it's a crazy movie. No spoiler alert, but definitely has that pirate archetype too in there, Mariah says, NPC, you know what kid movie that sounds like this? Inside Out. Yeah, that is like Inside Out. Inside Out is a great movie because it teaches the watcher, mainly the children and adults and their parents, that like there's internal processes going on that you don't have to be locked into just one way of being. Right? You have different modes that you can switch in this case, the emotions in Inside Out. I love that movie. It's very profound. Very profound. That's high magic right there. And when I say magic, I just mean transforming your reality. Yeah. Yeah, but in a nicer way, for sure. It's not as like lonely as the back rooms. Right. And that's why I think the back rooms is so popular, is because a lot of people nowadays, especially after C19, they can relate to the loneliness that the back rooms has. But there's a way out, right? So Ben and everybody else at NPCs, you can use this explorer power of curiosity skin when you move to a new place. A lot of y'all children may be going from elementary school to junior high, or even high school to college, or some of y'all may be starting a new job. So when you move to a new place, you can use that explorer archetype. But normally you would have been like more like, paralyzed with fear. When you start a new school year or when you face something scary, instead of fearing the unknown, become an explorer and map out this new area that you're in right now. All right. Use that to your advantage. Use these things to your advantage. The world is pregnant with abundance of tools you can use to explore it and nurture it and have a good time. Yeah. Memory orbs. Yeah, the memory orbs. They just, they touch them and they become one with it and they get immersed with that power. You're making me want to go watch it again. Yeah. It does definitely resonates with that, the memory orbs, the archetypes. Yeah, so the next superpower archetype is the creator, the artist, right? The power of the imagination. Talked to my friend Justin. We had him in the beginning of the show on the flashback. He's all about the imagination. He believes, like the great Neville Goddard, that everything's the imagination. And when they talk about the Bible, everything referring to anything is human beings using their imagination, especially when they talk about Jesus Christ. It's the imagination. You create your reality, as Cannabis, the rapper, says. You know, as you know, you decided to come to this live stream and you made it happen. That's imagination. And Ben uses we use Roblox because I didn't get the game, because it's like, if you compare it to what we grew up on and how we valued like graphics, we always used to say the images were good. It's like Roblox is like it's going backwards. But really, it's not so much the graphics that make it a special game. It's the fact that you can create any game you want almost out of it, and it makes it simple, right? Just like you can create anything you want in life, Ben, as long as you put your heart behind it and your mind and discipline behind it. And this is Roblox right here, a stylized version of the picture right there. What the creator of the artist is it's the part of you that takes nothing and builds something awesome out of it. It's literally the spark of pure imagination. You know, Willy Wonka would say that, pure imagination. Right? Think about that. A lot of times we're so bogged down on some old narrative or beef in the background that's running in the background of your processing brain, and you're not focusing and using your imagination where it could actually benefit you and others around you, right? Because as it is, I would have loved to see everyone's. This is my imagination in terms of live streaming art, what you're seeing right now, but I want to see everyone else's too. All these great chatters. I would love to see your YouTube imagination on your as your live stream someday. When you take nothing out of something, make nothing out of something, make something out of nothing. Yeah, that's it. Because if you think about it, you're all YouTubers already. It's just that some of y'all haven't started the channel, right? So shout out to Steelman. Shadow Buddha says, "Oh, for Steelman, the Mushroom King." Yeah, that is. Yeah, he's that's one way to use your imagination, right? The Mushroom King. Spark your imagination. Yeah, so in Ben's world and examples of the cosmic archetypes, the Roblox studio creator is you, Ben. I mean, the people you knew who build entire lobbies and game spaces, right? These people sometimes become tycoons. They even make money off it, right? You build a whole universe out of digital blocks. That's the example that you can probably relate that to, the archetype of the creator and the artist. Yeah. And even Fortnite too. The mod building of Fortnite. People can build crazy maps. You can build like custom fighting boxes to train. You can do death runs from scratch. You can do all that stuff using the creator mod, and in real time, use this superpower of the imagination, Ben. When you turn some of those drawings that you make and when you do write the stories your own creative story, and then when you build in with the leg, or you're outside with your friends invading a new game at recess. You know, I know you like to play basketball lately, but sometimes even with that, we used to make up games and whatnot playing basketball. And the imagination is great like that. It'll never let you down. But just remember the glitch, or we call it the shadow, right? That glitch. If you do too much of this imagination, it can glitch into the perfectionist, where you're getting so mad that your creation isn't perfect, right? That you destroy it and give up. You don't want to do that. We fail. People fail. There's a lot of failures around here. I failed myself at times, but what makes me different and some of y'all different than other people is we get up, we keep pushing, right? Joe Montana, the greatest quarterback of all time in the NFL from San Francisco 49ers, he would always strive to go for a perfect practice, meaning never a drop pass, everything completed, and score on every drive, right? He said he never had a perfect practice, but he got pretty close a couple times in practice. And what did that play out to? Winning 5 Super Bowls, right? And getting MVP. So, yeah. You don't have to be perfect, but strive for perfection. And don't give up if you don't get it. My Virgo friends, be strong with that. Steel Man, what up? He said, nice. My other channel is called The Origin of Religion as a reference to sacred mushrooms, where I built an entire documentary about it. All right, we might have to review that. Mushroom sparks it's a catalyst for the imagination for sure. One of the times I used it, rare times I used it, I experienced like emotional clear out reboot, and then I went on one of the best adventures I ever had. Walked down from my house in Pacifica in the hills down to the beach and watched the ocean breathe in, and it was awesome. Yeah. And then went back to laugh with my friends. It was pretty dope. And yeah, mushrooms are great. It's a fire bracelet, Buddha. Shout out to the Scots. I want you guys to think about, because after we do this guide, we got a couple more to go through. I want you to tell me when you come up, what do you think about your archetypes? What are yours, and why did you choose those certain archetypes? We're using One Piece, Fortnite, SCP Foundation, and The Simpsons. What are your archetypes? Yeah, I'm curious. So think about that, okay? As we open this up. As we open this live stream up, what up, Yeti? Good to see you. What's up, brother? Shout out to Yeti, man. I'm curious of his archetypes for sure. You can put him in the chat too. But we're gonna open up the panel. What's up, Marilyn? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're having a lovely evening. Yeah. What up, CM? How's it going, man? CM says lots of real stuff going on. These fake Masons are going down. I think CM right now, in that especially the stream he did today and other streams he has, especially today, he's definitely on that warrior mode right now. Using the power of courage to expose those that want to trap you guys. Everyone, not everybody's built for that, man. Not everyone's built for that. Definitely, that's the warrior archetype right there. That brother has going on right now. Shout out to CM. So this is one of my favorite ones. We did the creator archetype, the ruler, the sage, right? The power of order and containment. This is like some wild metaphysical stuff going on right now. This one. So that's what we got, the imagination. That's tripped out. Looks pretty psychedelic right there, huh? Yeah. So this is the SCPC Foundation. So the sage, the ruler archetype is that part of you that loves to organize and loves organizations, keeping things safe, making fair rules, and understanding deep data, right? Now, I would say the ruler archetype is the opposite, or the ruler archetype. The Masons are the glitched out shadow version of that. Whereas a benevolent leader, ruler, wants to take care and nurture and keep people safe. Their people safe. The evil ones, organizations want to tear it apart and mind control people, right? So, but the ruler, the sage, loves understanding what's going on. And I using Ben's world examples, I would say the SCP Foundation series, the lore on YouTube, is a good example of that. and it's like it's like a secret. It's a government secret organization. I don't even know if it's government. It must be. It might be not non-governmental, but anyways, it's an organization of folks that get together, and their whole job is to secure and contain and protect, right? And they study the strange anomalies that are in the world. When I mean anomalies, is like these creatures, like SCP-093, which is like a phantom, huge being that goes around sucking people's souls and whatnot, right? Then there's SCP-96, SCP-173. I mean, if you look up SCP Foundation, especially the Dr. Bob channel, there's a lot of interesting things going on there. And this foundation, SCP Foundation, their whole purpose is to make files and keep the world orderly and safe, right? And it goes back to what Mariah was saying. Another one is archetype of this sage. A ruler is Lisa Simpson from The Simpsons. Because look at where Bart is the trickster, she is the smart voice of reason who reads books and tries to keep the chaotic Simpson house from burning down, literally. Yeah, right. She likes to organize in her own way, right? So that's Lisa, man. She is a ruler, right? And I would say, Ben, this whole ruler archetype, you can use it in real time to activate this when, I mean, you're pretty clean, but there's times when we're running around from a triathlete or whatever, and then like the weekend Sunday comes and your room's kind of messy. I'd say use that ruler archetype when your bedroom's a total mess, or when you're organizing your school backpack, or when you need to lead a team project, a school project team, clearly. Right, you got to organize. Somebody's got to take the lead under the Capricorn Act, under the Leo Capricorn Act. Right, somebody's got to take the lead and organize. We talk about our Capricorn friends. I love to make lists and keep things nice and neat. Right, but like I said, the glitch or the shadow version of the ruler or the sage is the ruler can turn into a tyrant, becoming too bossy, becoming controlling. And refusing to listen to anyone else's cool ideas. You don't want to be that tyrant. Right? Yeah. Maybe there's a time and place for being a tyrant, like 1%, but that's like some dark psychology that we may get into later. That's like more an advanced class. But yeah, you don't need to be a tyrant. You don't want to glitch out, right? So, well, let's say what's up to Seymour. I would say between Luffy and Sage, you're between the Luffy and Sage archetype, right? Yeah. I think it is Shadow. So you're Aquarius. So Shadow's an Aquarius, rising Aries sun. That's definitely it. Aries sun would be the Luffy, the warrior archetype. Definitely the warrior is the Aries, who's exalted in Leo. And the sun, yeah, that's the warrior archetype in your sun sign. Your sun sign is how your way of being on default. And then your Aquarius is how you do that sun sign. The way your swag, your style of how you do that sun sign, how you do things, and it's definitely a rising sage. I could see that for the people, the ruler. Good pick, because the Aquarius does go with ruler. They're all about the community and whatnot. Shout out to Maryland, Wicked. Let's say we got Silver Gunner 1886. Drop the link for this stage. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, we got you. We're doing this. Taurus activated. Right? That might be Brother Vanta, right? He's activated, right? The Taurus, that Taurus archetype, at times it could be this magician archetype right here. The next one we're going into. Let's see. What up, GTT? He says, you're an Aries, definitely the warrior archetype. Let's see. Courage. Sometimes these Aries and these warriors, they don't even think about it. They just do it. And that's where the courage comes from sometimes, taking initiative instead of sitting on the pot. Well, it says, is that who I think it is? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Do you think you can be more than one? I find most of these related, but yeah, that's the we're trying to share is the fact that probably the one that you're thinking of is like most of us gravitate to one, maybe more than another one, or maybe two. However, you can use all of these to your advantage. It's like you're in basketball. There's 5 positions, but if you're naturally the point guard, but if you know how to play all 5 positions, you can help out when needed, right? And if you know all these archetypes, you can use them when the right situation occurs, instead of just being locked in one linear way, right? So we can shift through all of these. You're the musician. Sounds like musician, like a music player, right? So the musician, say it like that. The magician is that part of you that takes a bad situation and completely transforms it into a good one. It's basically transmuting energy. Yeah, kind of like Tony Chopper, right? From One Piece. He's the. It's funny that he's a doctor on paper. He's the ship's doctor, right? Every ship has their roles, people they need, team players. Tony Chopper is the doctor, but he uses magic too, and he definitely used that rumble ball in that he has right there to transform into this hybrid mutant, like Hulk deer man, right? In order to like kick ass and take names later, right? And it's usually he drops that pill, he pops that pill, that rumble ball when things are going bad, and he'll transmute and transform into this being that just tears shit up. Tony, he takes that medicine and science to transform his body into this giant form to change the way the battle's going, the tide of the battle, right? Yeah, whatever given the environment, you use that. Like sometimes you might pop that pill metaphorically in order to change like some awkward energy at a party conversation, and you just flip it around and start directing that awkwardness into something that's relatable and also a little bit more palatable. That's the way of being a magician with your mouthpiece, right? Shout out to Yeti. Aries rising, gang, Aquarius, right? Oh, you like Shadow, bro? That makes sense. I seen in you in the bohemian, hippie, gypsy style Maryland, right? With the Aquarius, but there is also that Aquarian thinking about others, the community. Like I said, it's just interesting enough. The great Timothy Leary, psychologist, psyoper too, right? To be honest, keep it 100. He said that in his book, The Game of Life, that the Aquarian archetype has a scale of, on one end, it can be the hippie commune leader, right? And on the other end, it can be the conservative, totalitarian, neo-Republican, Ronald Reagan type, trying to tell people what he thinks they need to do. Both love the community, and both, one does it more hands-off, one does it more hands-on, right? Shout out to Wiccan, everybody in the building. Yeah. Fanta. Riki from the Lion. Rikivi from the Lion King. What's his archetype? Let me think. Let me think about that, and I'll get back to you. Yeah. Rikivi from the Lion King. Yeah. Well, as I think we discussed this, Chopper. How bad am I running in my back chat? My mind. Yeah. So once again, the magician, he transforms energy, right? It takes a bad situation and makes it a good one. That's also too when you in Fortnite, when you chug, they call it chug. It's that blue liquid gel that gives you energy and also a shield. So if you're playing Fortnite and you only have 1 hit point, you're about to die. Instantly chugging that chug, it'll change a losing, dying skin situation back into a winning full health situation, right? That's an example, Ben, you could use, right? And then when you're having a terrible day, for example, and everything seems to be going wrong, just stop and breathe, brother Ben, and say, I'm the magician. And how do I flip this bad mood into a funny joke or a lesson? Right? How do I flip it? Yo? How we flip it? How will we flip that situation? That's what we want to know. What's up, Stanley? Yeah. Good to see you. We're flipping archetypes right now. We're using Ben's Mastery Player Guide, the 8 Cosmic Archetypes. We're taking the characters that Ben loves to hobby with and using that as to introduce the archetypes and how you can use them to your advantage and whatnot. Yo. Aquarius rising is one of the rising signs I think that were the opposite sun sign. Oh, so yeah, Marin's a Libra because Shadow Buddha is a whatchamo. Aries are opposites, but you can learn a lot by learning the opposites of each other. Okay. What did Stanley say something about Larry here? I think he did. Read all chat. The Steelman said Larry said he learned more about psychology in one night on LSD than in his entire career or Harvard. I bet. But think about this. Let's say he took that LSD after his career at Harvard. Having the context of his Harvard education and experiences and everything that led up to that probably helped in him processing, everything he learned at Harvard. But, they go hand in hand, but I get what you're saying. That he did definitely the magician. He hit that pill, right? Just like Tony Chopper from One Piece, the Rumble Ball. He hit that and it was like the limitless pill, right? But your experiences weigh in what you and how you when you do your trip a lot of times. They help set the format. Stanley Cross says, I saw Larry in 86 in a debate with Gordon Lilly. He was a step slow, I guess. It was the drugs. Yeah, I could imagine that. G. Gordon Liddy ain't no slouch. Definitely conservative dude that, yeah. Timothy Leary, it's funny you say he's slow because a lot of times he's talking like hella fast. And I don't know if you meant like he's slow in the mind or whatever. That's what I'm assuming you mean. But I can see how how he wouldn't be up to par. He's kind of confusing sometimes. That old Timothy Leary. Yeah. Yeah. He's an important character, though, in my narrative. Definitely. So, yeah, we're talking about Rakifi. He'd be the sage, I think. He's like wise. He's a shaman. He may be the magician too, right? Archetype, turning bad situations into a lot of people like Timothy Leary could be seen as when he's being serious as a sage, or as a magician. I'm thinking about medicine, substances, psychedelics is this thing. Rakifi is like a shaman. A lot of times the shaman use some type of psychedelic or whatever to transform your consciousness. Yeah. Leary's definitely a trickster too. Kind of like Aleister Crowley. Yeah. What's going on, Team Fatty? Uncle Fatty. I said Team Fatty. You were Cancer? Yeah, you Cancer. Cancer is definitely this we'll get to that, the caregiver archetype. Yeah, that's coming up. So the thing about the magician archetype is it can definitely if it's glitched out, it goes into the shadow, it can become a manipulator. That's when you using your smarts to trick people into doing things that benefit only you. That's not a good thing, right? You don't want to be that type of musician or a magic person, right? That's what a Crowley probably did too. Yeah, keep it trill. Yeah, hit the like, subscribe, all that. Gandalf is definitely the the magician archetype. Yeah, he literally turned from Gandalf the White. It was all messy into like straight hair, clean, and a lot more serious and not joking around when he fought that demiurge in the abyss of hell, and he came out transformed. Not only does he transform other people with his workings, but he transformed himself. Yeah. So who's next? The caregiver. This is Cancer archetype, definitely nurturer, right? So Ben, the caregiver archetype is something that it's like we call the protector, right? And it's the power of empathy. Yeah. Where the magician is more, the power of transformation. The power of empathy is the caregiver, and why this is important is because it's the part of you that notices when someone else is hurt, or if they're tired or sad, or steps in to make them feel safe. You step in to make them feel safe, and I've seen you do this before, especially with your classmates, which is pretty awesome, especially for a young man to do it. Like where they're like, oh man, they feel bad, and you literally put your arm on their shoulder or whatever. I witnessed that at the sports day when you're in kindergarten, even that's all young. And when one of your classmates, she was having a hard time, and you put your arm around her and make sure she was okay. So yeah, man, you're above you're above the curve on that one, Ben. Little Ben, right? So real world examples of this archetype would be shout out to Zabalba in the building. What up, Balba? Good to see you. Yeah. Shout out to Balba. Yeah, so the caregiver archetype, right? In Ben's world examples would be Zero, the man on the left, on the picture on the left with the green hair. He's from One Piece. He's literally the greatest swordsman, wants to become the greatest swordsman in the world. He takes all of Luffy's pain onto himself, and he just to protect his captain, who's Luffy, right? He's the ultimate loyal protector. He was the first crew member for Luffy, and yeah, man, he's the man, bro. Don't get it twisted. He's pretty strong too. You don't know his way out of a paper bag. His direction is horrible. His sense of direction is horrible, but his direction is good enough to know where his captain is. He's very loyal, and don't get it twisted. He is a leader, right? But he follows his captain, because in order to lead, you have to know how to follow as well. And I think that Mr. Zoro is a great example of the nurturer carrier. Not the typical one, not like the wussy, like, oh, let me hold you with kid gloves. No, man, he'll bop you on the head, knock you out. But he loves his captain, right? And also, I would see another example of this is when you're playing Fortnite, and because Fortnite's cool because when a person gets quote unquote, when they're killed, deleted, they don't delete them right away. They give you the opportunity as a teammate where you can help them and revive them by taking the time to put your hand out in a magical way and give them power, right? And the only risk you have is that while you're doing that, you can't fight. So if you're healing somebody can come up from behind and pop you, right? And that's happened before. People have given up, like they've healed someone, and right when they healed the person, they got popped. Right, self-sacrifice, being nurturing. You can literally carry your teammate on Fortnite, like in this picture, to safety, and then you can heal them. You can put your hand out like this, medic girl, and heal. Right, you can heal them, and you literally you expose yourself, you risk it, your own life, and what's the smart thing to do is just throw a shield around you while you're doing it to protect yourself, because you don't want to be like so selfless that you end up putting yourself in harm's way, because self-preservation is one of the number one laws of the universe, right, man? So, but when you glitch out on this nurturer stuff, it becomes the shadow version of the nurturer caregiver, and you glitch into a martyr, which is helping everyone else so much that you forget to take care of your own health and happiness. My mom's and some of our dads have done this, sacrificed a lot to get there. What up, Imperius? Yeah, you say this is some gay stuff. That's funny you say that, man. It's for my son, something that you don't have, bro. I'm using the archetypes as to in the things that my son's into, his hobbies. He's in third grade, about to be in third grade, to explain these concepts, psychological concepts of the archetypes. And it just shows you, I guess, I mean, you're trying to be the trickster or whatever, but yeah, that shit, that shit is what you think it is. Pretty gay, what you're saying, but it is what it is, right? Here we go. So, remember you said Maryland, cancers don't sugarcoat for sure. We ain't no candy makers. Yeah, the cancers, yeah, I mean, they are nurturing, but they'll tell you like it is in a second, right? And don't piss them off, because when they glitch out, they'll take that power they have of making people feel their pain, I mean their joy, and they'll flip it. If they're feeling sad, they'll make you feel sad in a second. They have a way about them, right? Yeah. So the next, Elon is a cancer, right? Elon says empathy is weakness. Yeah, he may say that and may employ that, but just think if he were to do the opposite of that, maybe he'd be even more successful in a different way, right? Yeah. That Borg, Shadow Buddha says that Borg was very nasty work for Gandalf, mogged him in the end. The Borog, that's what that was. That was insane. The Samaritan, that's a good way of saying the nurturer, the caregiver. So number 8. This is the last one. A cosmic archetype, the outcast, the anomalous, as we say, right? Outcast, the power of being unique, right? The power of being unique. And what that is the part of you that feels different from everyone else. However, it realizes that being unique is actually your greatest secret superpower, right? As a child, you want to fit in for sure. As a weak adult, you want to fit in, but being unique is your superpower, man. You don't want to be so unique that like you disregard other people's, sovereignty and whatnot, as being a human, being a dickhead. You don't want to do that, but yeah, being unique is definitely a superpower, right? Yeah. It's definitely a superpower, man. So, and this is right here. We'll use this what Ben likes. I've watched these videos with him. They're pretty interesting. The SCP anomaly. They're kind of like there's an Illuminati group on lore stories on YouTube. And these anomalies are like creatures and whatnot. And like, for example, you can see on this picture, if you look close, there's the different monsters and creatures that are metaphysical and whatnot, and they don't fit the normal rules of the world. They hide and they hold incredible abilities and cosmic powers. In that group we talked about earlier, the SCP Foundation, they try to put them in check, right? It's kind of like the Men in Black, we could say, if they collected all the mutants and creatures and whatnot. Those things are different, and it makes them special. The other thing, like we've been talking about One Piece, right? The Straw Hat Pirates, right? Luffy and them, they're definitely strange. Some might say weirdos and anomalies, right? Yeah. Think about it. Look at, there's Brook the skeleton. They have a skeleton, a cyborg, a reindeer, a rubber boy. The crew's like they're total misfits and outcasts who become the strongest force on the sea because they embrace their differences, right? I mean, they have their own agendas or whatnot, but they have the common meetup of the agenda of having an adventure together and whatnot. But they're all unique and they all serve their purpose. And in real time, Ben, you're definitely we could say an outcast, but in a good way, right? You're an anomaly. You're very different. You're unique. And even when you're a little baby, right? You can see that right there. Yeah. They're literally Black, Mexican, Spanish, Taiwanese, Scottish. I mean, you make up. You're unique. You're the ultimate unique being around here. You may sometimes look or feel different than other kids in Taiwan, but that's your outcast, anomaly, superpower skin. It means you see the world from 4 angles instead of just one, right? I have it too. You have it even more so than me. You were the last piece in there, the Taiwanese, right? Yeah, but don't get stuck in that uniqueness, right? Because when you glitch out, it becomes a shadow. You don't want to become the loner, hiding away from the world and thinking about nobody understands you. Right? You don't want that, man. You definitely don't want that. So yeah, so all these archetypes are like freaking fire. Yeah. Use them to your advantage. Yeah, we love you. Yeah, we love you, Ben. Yeah, man, this is for you. We do it for you, man. Yeah. What's up, Bulba? You said Imperius says, "Gabe, does that make me like the Superman because I'm unique?" So unique. You're definitely the Uber man, huh? Yeah. You're definitely the trickster. You're unique. I'll give you this. You're a unique version of a trickster. The tricksters are important. We were saying, I know if you saw it, Imperius, because my son likes some of these pop culture references and whatnot, trying to teach him about the archetypes and the trickster, right? We got Bart Simpson and Luffy, right? The Pirate King. Yeah, man. The archetypes are fascinating. Okay. I'm gonna drop the link. I want you guys to tell me what your archetypes are. Yeah, share it with you. Share them with your boy. Yeah. So, like Ben, as we wait for people to come up, you can definitely use these cosmic archetypes to evolve your consciousness in real time. Yeah. It ain't hard to tell. This is the last thing I'll say to you, Ben. Like every day, you are the master player sitting at the council of your mind. And if a creepy situation do I need the SCP Ruler skin to organize this situation? Do I need the Luffy Hero to fight through it? Or the Bart Simpson Trickster to laugh it off? Because when you learn to switch skins perfectly, you win the game of life, son. Just keep winning and winning. Win the game of life. Yeah. Now I'm muted. Oh, I just told you your archetype, Imperius. I said you're the trickster, right? You're the trickster, definitely. The rebel. Maybe earlier in your life you were a little more the warrior, but I see you as the trickster. See him as more the warrior. The trickster is that part of you that loves to laugh, breaks boring rules to find a better way of doing things. And they use their jokes and their clever tricks to make this stuff happen. You know? That's you, fool. Yeah. So what do y'all think? The link is in the chat. We can still talk archetypes. I'll switch this up a little bit. You heard me talk about archetypes this whole time. I'm taking what Young did and making it better. All right. I'll let you hear from the man himself. Carl Jung, Archetypes.
That are not intellectually invested. They are always there, and they produce certain processes in the unconscious. One could best compare with myth. That's the origin of mythology. Mythology is a pronouncing of series of images that formulate the life of archetypes. And so the statements of every religion and of many poets are statements about the inner mythological process. They are
Hey, what's up,
Oh,
Imperius?
yes. Yes is my favorite band.
Oh, you
Owner
like
of a lonely heart is much better than a owner of a broken heart.
Much better than the. Did you see who was on the video when it was playing?
Oh, Saint Elliot.
Supreme Gentleman, huh?
Saint Elliot. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy.
I think his archetype would be that of the murderer.
I was, dude. I was just wondering though. I mean, the tricksters, but can tricksters grape or no? Because I would feel like I would want to trick women. Like, you know, they fell, landed on my dick. You know what I mean?
I would say that that would go what I said earlier, because all these things can glitch out into the shadow. The shadow of the trickster would be the bully, or in that case, the graper. Because I mean, because look about it. If you get too angry, you become like what you said. You're not the fun-loving Imperius. You become the bully, just trying to hurt people instead of protecting them. Because you do protect people in your life, don't you?
Ooh, bully. I like that.
But you do put people in your life, don't you?
Not really, because most people I don't have to. Like people that like they don't annoy me. Like they don't piss. They're not stupid. Like I have to deal with stupid people. Like that's why I've had to deal with so much racial accusations over the last couple of days because of what I had to deal with Taz insulting me and abusing me, and me defending myself. That I've had so much racial animosity to me the last couple of days. It's been ridiculous.
Well, that's the panel verse, man.
There's racial animosity. It's disgusting. You know, I thought we'd move past, you know, all this stuff, you know, the race stuff. But no, you know, it's always poor Imperius, you know, the bad guy. It's all his fault.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I saw what you did on Nightish, and that was, man, it was disgusting, bro. Like
no, it wasn't my fault. I was not racial at all.
Vulgar, bigot stuff you were spewing, man.
That wasn't even what he. No. That's horrible. I don't know why you'd say something like that. That I did.
I would tell you what I saw.
No, but you didn't see, dude. That's ridiculous, dude. This
guy, he edited and I think he privated the stream or something.
He did because he saw that his friend Taz was looking such like a degenerate, horrible person. Not me.
But back to that thing though. You don't protect anybody because I remember before you said you have like nieces and nephews and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you want to protect them? I mean, maybe they don't need to per se, but
Well,
if
they
you
don't
had,
really need me. They have
you
their
would-
parents and stuff.
if you had to, you would though. You would, right?
yeah, I mean, of course, yeah.
That's what
you
I
know.
mean. That's the trickster does. Yeah.
I protect Mariah because she's my favorite slam piece.
That's
You know
not a
that?
bad choice. Not a bad choice. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that's your digital girlfriend or mistress, whatever the fuck, right?
She's my little whore.
Yeah.
She's worse
Now-
than I am. She's thicker than I am, bro. Like, you guys look at her and think she's all like nice and stuff. Dude, she's way worse than me, dude.
Well, I know how she is, bro. You
Like,
know, I
you
know.
like, she's way worse. She just stays in like the background. I'm just more like of the loving of the attention.
She's the ruler. We're talking about the ruler archetype, and we use the example of Lisa Simpson. She is kind of like Lisa Simpson, but more like twisted, maybe a little darker.
He's sick, dude. Like, look what she does to poor CM and stuff. She harasses poor CM all the time.
She's not that bad.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
You should see what she does to poor CM. She gets him to think all this stuff that he shouldn't be thinking because he's not like he does everything in like a passive aggressive way. So she'll like show CM information about stuff, knowing that he's like paranoid and knowing that how he is, he'll take shit and like go crazy on it for her own amusement.
Yeah, CM's he's doing fine, bro. Like, yeah, I ain't going.
No, I'm just saying, but that's the kind of
man.
her.
That's
She's
my friend.
sick, dude. She's really sick though, dude.
Yeah. Let's talk about these archetypes, though. Trickster. You ever heard of Bugs Bunny? Can you see him as a trickster?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know if he was like.
You didn't watch that when you were younger?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I see more of like the Roadrunner and like what was that? The Roadrunner and whatever.
Yeah, he was a trickster, but he never talked. He was more physical. Like he was doing tricks. He knew what he was doing, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, he was sick, dude. The Roadrunner was sick, dude. He's like the sickest person, dude, if you think about it, of like all the cartoons.
Right.
He really was. He was like the sickest one because he was like, he knew. Yeah, it would be like, dude, imagine if you had like a kid, like a cousin, like a retarded cousin, you know, one of those like, oh, like, I love you, brother. Like the retarded ones, you know?
Stop saying that word, okay, but we get it.
Oh, the R-tard. Okay, can I say like art?
Yes, you can say DS, Down syndrome.
Oh, okay. The syndrome kids, yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
So,
but he was, you know what he was doing, bro, in that dumb wolf, Wile E. Coyote, the coyote, bro.
He was
just doing
sick,
the same
he led
thing
a man
over and over again.
He led a fellow person to his death, bro.
Yeah.
Like all the time. I have Jack though. Mariah's right. I do have Jack. I love Jack so much.
What's his archetype? Jack Telcom.
Fucking God, the God archetype.
We got to use the ones we were using right here in terms of the show.
Fucking the king archetype.
The ruler? You think he's a ruler?
Jack is a ruler. He's a ruler.
Oh, no way.
Hold on, I got a call. I'll be right back in like 5 minutes. Let me I gotta take this call.
All right, go ahead, bro.
But then we'll talk about like also I just want to say fuck you, Mariah, fucking bitch. All right, I'll be back.
Get that motherfucker out of here. Yeah. Get out of here. Yeah. Yo. Yeah, archetypes. Yeah. I mean, what else is there to say about archetypes? Though I think that what we can do now is look in real time. In the news right now, in the current events, what's going on, and how we can see some of these archetypal things. Let's hit up the Drudge Report real quick. Yeah, when you come up, stay on topic. What's your archetype? Who are you using? We use One Piece, SCP Foundation, and The Simpsons. What are you using? All right. Tupac, what was he? Warrior archetypes for sure. Yeah. Warrior mixed with magician. Yeah. You even see like the magician archetype on some of these YouTube creators, like when they have books behind them trying to show they're learned and whatnot, like Jason from Archaics, for example. A good example of that. We love you, man. Absolutely. You think, yeah, Pac was a trickster too. Who said that? Steel Man. I love how like everyone knows about this shit. You said Pac was a trickster. Definitely a trickster. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah. He would use metaphor and jokes to clown people, to help you see something that normally you wouldn't see. Probably. Mary is the crazy girlfriend archetype. Mariah, you say? Crazy girlfriend? You think so? Good. Oh, thanks for asking. I guess I said Tupac right away. Fuck. God damn. I guess Tupac. I'll be Tupac archetype without dying. You know, I had to think about that for a second. What's my archetype? Yeah, I really like Tupac. Tupac mixed with the Mr. Universe Lee Haney from Georgia. Yeah, Mogger with a family. Strong. You know, a bit spiritual, disciplined. But Tupac was fun, bro. He was very learned, but he kept his ear to the streets. He was plugged in, you know, through the Outlaws. Even though he was a little older, he was still knew what was going on. Just like with my son, I'm a way older than him, but you know, I keep my ear to what's going on to see how I can help him and whatnot, and other people. You know, as a teacher, yeah, definitely understanding what's going on in reality when you're around a lot of people who are young adults and whatnot. What did you say, Yeti? You said something about the chef song. Is that the chef's table theme song? It is, yes. Velvety Winter is the name of the song. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Tupac. I guess Tupac. The Tupac archetype. Mixed with a couple other people. I just like how Tupac, he took all sources of knowledge and shared his wisdom in a way people could understand it in a practical way. Right. So here we go. He was still, you know what I mean, he'll still whoop your ass if you need to be, but he'll also be a protector at sometimes to the people and be nurturing and kind as well. Right. Informer too. So what does it say? Ice suspends car stopped after killing quotas and chaos. Main shooter, new recruit. Yeah, that was pretty bad. What happened over there in under the Twisted Ruler Act archetype? That ICE agent who was a new recruit was trying to organize things, the immigration checkpoint, in a way that literally killed American. I don't think it was a citizen, but an American resident, we'll say, in front of his child, 3-year-old child. The man was trying to, drive away at a slow speed, and that new recruit just opened up on him and popped him. Right? Yeah. That was not good. So because of that and other car stops that have ended fatally, it looks like ICE is finally chilling on that, calming down on that aggressive policing. Right? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Wisdom, is wisdom that Biggie was fat? Hey, I mean, it's definitely knowledge, right? You letting people know knowledge, meaning like data, right? Now, did it become wisdom? The wisdom would be if he shared that with you and you needed to lose some weight, you were able to make it happen. Right? Yeah. He said fat, Down syndrome looking, all that stuff, right? Eartha Kick archetype. That's your archetype? Wow. Santa baby. Eartha Kitt. Wow, what archetype is that woman? She's born January 17th. I could see that. That's why she had the longevity. Definitely Capricorn resonator. January 17. Yeah, that's why she has strong features. Capricorn, mature. Yeah, that's her, bro, because she matured very early, right? Which caused her to stand out because, like, mostly people mature when they're older and they don't have their looks. But as she was a young woman and she was very matured and measured, with her acting style. She seemed like when I started to see her in movies and stuff and noticed her, she was already older. But look at this picture of her right here. This shit is fucking ridiculous, bro. You talking about baddie right there. Yeah. Eartha Kitt archetype. I'll give her the explorer. Let's give her the explorer. Innocent, the power of curiosity. She definitely seemed like she loved to discover unknown places. And so much so that, like, a new place where normally someone would want to make her feel creeped out, she would make them feel creeped out. Like that scene from Boomerang where she was putting the moves on Eddie Murphy. Yeah. She's definitely got that explorer mindset. Right? And she was making moves in Hollywood where there wasn't that many African American women like herself that were in, like, feature films and whatnot. That was the unknown, and she was, like, acting like she's been here all along. She would not be denied. Right? She was well ahead of her time, definitely well ahead of their time. That's the thing about Capricorns. They end up maturing very early in life because a lot of times the people around them, their parents and other older siblings, they weren't very mature. So they had to be the parents or the older brother or sister, right? And when you do that, when you mature early, you learn the rules of the games, the level of this world in the game, so much so that you obtain success early on and riches and rewards. And what happens is, a lot of times because they were doing mature things and responsibility, Capricorn, Saturn. That's what Saturn is, Capricorn. Responsibility, discipline. You cultivate that, you don't have a childhood. I'm not carefree. The opposite, Cancer, nurturing, right? Love. So by the time you get older, you achieved all this success, and then which is Capricorn success status, that now you get to enjoy your childhood, relive your childhood as an adult. That's why she was so playful, maybe, and all that shit. You said Aurora has a snake archetype. If she did have the snake archetype, snake in the sense of the worldly way of looking at it, not in the Western way. Snakes are wonderful. They're actually some of the most beautiful symbols in the world, right? Snakes are valued for their wisdom and cunning, and their ability to regenerate their skin and transmute situations that normies wouldn't be able to do. I am Year of the Snake. CM is Year of the Snake. Yeah, snakes run shit. Here we go. Doesn't that God card play archetype? Yeah, the God card would be in the middle of the archetypal wheel. The point in the middle, like where my face is, that's the God archetype. I can be any of these at any time. To be honest, it would probably be Piscean energy. Pisces is the last sign. That's why they're like the magician. They have all abilities in one if they choose. The God archetype, we call it the Tony Fabo archetype, the pimp archetype. I see, well, I'm a Virgo sun, Cap, Moon, Pisces, rising. See, you have an ability that, as they say, cosmic code switching with the way you do things, having a Pisces rising, Pisces how you do things. Capricorn moon, the moon is your eternal dialogue you have with yourself, how you talk to yourself, your childhood, how the world makes you feel. If it's Capricorn, that's the same as Biggie, actually. status. He was always aware of status, and in that way, it was kind of refined. Even in situations which aren't the most refined situations. That's the power of the Capricorn moon. And you're a Virgo. Virgo, we talked about perfectionists. How sometimes a ruler can want to be perfect, and being perfect can lead someone to be unhappy and destroy their creation just because it's not perfect. Virgos are perfectionists, and one of their goals they have to learn with that energy is it's okay not to be perfect all the time, right? Look at the bigger picture. The opposite is Pisces. So you have an interesting placement, kind of like me. Your rising sign and your sun sign are the opposites, which can cause some internal conflict if you don't know what's going on. But it can also teach you with the right eyes what each of those signs mean by studying the opposite, and how, if you're, for example, if you're a perfectionist, you need to look at the big picture more and zoom out. And if you're a big picture person, and not sometimes you got to look in the Virgo into the microscopic, the minute details, in order so you're not messy. So they help each other in that way. Yeah. The period says, I know more about snakes than anyone I owned up. You did? Okay. All right. Damn. How long did you own it for? Yeah. So, what's the Taurus archetype? The archetype of Taurus is one of the think of a bull, how it's strong, right? It's the workhorse. It's a bull, right? Pulling the plow of the farmer, right? But most of the time the bull, it can work. That's why, like, I'm a Taurus rising, right? How I present myself to the world, Taurus, right? Scorpio sun sign. But so when us Tauruses are locked in that mode, we can produce content, for example, like it's crazy. Taurus is the prince of the zodiac. Art, their planet is Venus, beauty and creation. Think about a bull that likes to graze in the meadow, eat the grass. But then if it gets angry too much, it sees red and it gets locked in the target. Usually Tauruses can take a lot, but when they snap, it's over. All right. Good luck to you if you're in their way. 14 feet. Wow. How long did it live, bro? That's crazy. Did you have to feed it more than once a month? And what did it eat? I assume rats. That's crazy. So that's the archetype of the Taurus, Mariah. Those qualities. Perfectionist with the Pisces thing sounds like a mess. It can be if you don't know, but like now, hopefully they can give you some enlightenment under the Magician Act. I gave you some wisdom, some light, because when you realize that those times zooming in on a problem, obstacle Pais and hey, your head's up in the clouds, right? Think about like yourself, Oregon, far out. It'll help. That's a superpower you have. I mean, I have Taurus rising, Scorpio sun. That's the opposite too. The Taurus way of being, of me being grounded, helps me get out of this life or death mode, over analyzing depth psychology mode that Scorpio puts me in when I get too deep into it, right? And then the Scorpio, how I value the psyche and learning about psychology, for example, and people's nature, balances out this Taurus way of me wanting to be lazy and loaf around and into luxuries and being about material possessions, about like there's more to life than just material possessions. So you can use these things to your advantage. She was Malaysian. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So I would assume that like that type of snake, her natural habitat would be one of the jungles of Malaysia. So if you're like walking along, would it be in the tree or on the ground? Yeah. The muscles on your snake must have been fucking spectacular. Their muscles are so strong. You used to have a boa, Markella? Okay. How do they kill? Did they strangle? Did they swallow whole? Did they have venom? Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Well, let me see you. Let me bring my brother up.
I forgot about the beer. You want some?
Oh.
How about some ether?
What?
Never mind.
Hey, what's up, Baba V? Baba G?
What's up, Gabe? How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, man. Just it's having fun with these archetypes, putting it down for Ben, so he can help learn the archetypes. Yeah. So, what about you? What? First of all, what would you use for your archetypal characters? What?
I don't know.
What
I
would you
mean, it
pull
depends.
from?
Are you talking about like Carl Jung and stuff, or are you talking about
absolutely.
General? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But putting our own spin to it.
It's really hard to place. I mean, I think a lot of people are like mixed archetypes and stuff, but I think that
for sure.
I didn't necessarily agree with Carl Jung that much into placing people into categories and stuff. I mean, sure, like might influence the way you think and stuff, but I don't think that maybe people are weird as well. Like like if you have like some sort of mental illness, you really can't be put somewhere like specifically, because you can change.
Yeah, I would hope to think. I need to read more about him. I wouldn't think he would just label people into one specific. I would assume that he would have some type of theory where it's like malleable, like or you can flip through them. That's what the point across I was trying to get to. Like you can switch it. Yeah, of course you should know what your strength is, what your default maybe archetype is. Maybe you have one or two. Any of these.
Yeah, but you know how he changed like throughout his life, right? Like he started out as like, well, I mean specifically knowing, and then he got possessed by let's say a demon entity called Philemon and stuff. So his entire like worldview changed as well towards the end of his life, and so so putting people in categories and stuff. Well, because he was no longer himself at the end of his life. So
I see what you mean. Yeah. That's something like that is interesting because it sounds like he had different modes of being. He wasn't afraid to switch it up. At least I know like some people stay with their teaching or their worldview their whole career, intellectual career. That's kind of interesting how you're saying he switched up like that. I know he started off as a Freudian. And then he like broke off from that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Freud didn't really like him as like a student, but he did study under Freud and stuff. And Freud was gone past that stage of like he was so depressed he didn't even want to live anymore. I mean, Freud pretty much died of depression, But it's interesting how Carl Jung, like he delved. Let's just say he delved too deep down into the occult, where it took possession of him, and but that's what you want to believe,
Yeah, it's just picking out these biographies are important, and just seeing people at different stages is interesting. Just like I know for me in my narrative, I had different ways of thinking. I've had different ways of thinking. Shit, I probably will have ways of thinking, but there probably is some type of core principles that one would have. You would think, huh? Most people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially if you're like religious and shit, like you tend to be more core based and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm asking you though. I'm asking the viewers, like Boba, because I don't know if you caught on though, but I was using what my son likes to hobby with, like the things like One Piece, SCP Foundation, and The Simpsons as those characters and situations as a way of we can introduce the archetypes. What would you use? Well, we use those, and Fortnite was another one we used. for examples, what would you use? Like a certain anime, a movie star, a singer, what who comes to mind?
I don't really I don't view things that way. Like I don't idolize like people or characters and stuff. I find them interesting. Like there's always something to learn, right?
Okay, how about
But
this? When you were younger, what would you have used?
I never viewed myself as any of these
gosh.
people. But
I must
No, I
say,
honestly
but that's like
didn't.
who we would use. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, look, I
Yeah.
used to like very different characters and stuff. Like one of my
Mhm.
favorite, like let's say Disney movies when I was a kid and stuff was like Hunchback of Notre Dame. But
Okay,
you know, I'm not
that's
Quasimodo,
a good
you know.
start. No, I'm not saying that we can say we're these people. It's an example, bro. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
I'm not a magician. I don't have a wand per se and like that. We use these as a jump off point. That's what I'm
yeah,
using.
yeah,
What we're
yeah, of course.
So the Hunchback, who would
Um,
he be? Would he be a ruler archetype, a sage, an artist, an explorer,
it's a
your
difficult
trickster?
one
Think
again
about it.
because when you bring like, well, I guess physical or mental illness into it, then it changes up. Like
He was
it's
mentally
hard
ill,
to
or maybe an
pinpoint it.
outcast. He could be the
Well,
outcast. That's the last one I said. And now he was different, right? He
yeah,
was very
yeah, he
different.
was more of a passionate person, that's for sure. But he was also a jealous person, right?
Yeah.
So, so it's hard to pinpoint it out. You know, you could be one and the other. That's the main thing, and that's what the beauty of the world is. Is that like this is why I wasn't so like I mean pro Carl Jung and stuff because you can't pinpoint people down to like
Well,
stereotypes.
well, my thing is like, if he did that, that's not really my style either. But it's like we're using we're just using that like just because I study someone doesn't mean I believe everything they say. I like to mix and match, kind of like a buffet. I'll take a little bit of this from him, a little bit of
Yeah,
that from that person,
exactly.
a little
Yeah.
bit from my own thing. So no, but okay,
Here's
but
this
that's interesting. Why
Bobby who
did
has a
you?
drunk archetype.
What did he
Yeah,
say?
perhaps he said.
What would the drunk archetype be? What would he be? Maybe he'd be the no. You'd be the magician, like just like Tommy Chopper from One Piece. He takes that rumble ball to transform. You use
Sure.
whiskey or scotch to transform, and it's Coke Zero, your elixir, the elixir of
It is the
life,
elixir.
of chaos. Yeah. Yeah. No, but it does. No, we
But
laugh about it, but that literally is an archetype, right? Be it wrong or right or neither. It transforms you, would you say? That elixir,
sure.
right?
Well, it's more like a crutch and stuff for like a lot of things in life. But I mean, if you understand like Carl Jung's theory, is that this is why it's quite an interesting topic that you bring up because it's there's like the psyche and stuff, and then regular people who are normal, and then you have the shadow, which is exactly what archetypes are all about, right? It's the shadow.
Well, yeah, they can be the shadow. Like I was using the yeah, you're right. Like I was talking about the archetypes in a positive way, presenting them first, but then at the end, if you notice, I would talk about the shadow. I call it the glitch of the archetype.
Sure, I mean
Yeah.
it's beyond it. It's below. Sorry, the whole persona aspect of what like society expects you to be and everything. The shadow is like something way deeper. It's like your dreams and like it's your mana personality or whatever you want to call it. It's like something that eventually it brings yourself because you have yourself and then that's what he explained, and then you have your ego. That's two different things.
The self is more your pure way of being.
Well, yeah,
default.
It's within the part of your shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Into the shadow realm. It's like your real self. This is why you have like what do you call it, like criminals and fucking like serial killers and shit. That's their real self. But then in a society, they have to have an ego in order to portray themselves differently than who they truly are.
Wow. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, I like how he uses those things. I like how he breaks them. One might say like we're just one thing, but the human mind needs a breakdown sometimes, compartmentalize things, and that's what Jung did with the psyche. You know, he broke it down so we can talk about it and try to learn from it. Chada Buddha says the Buddha was an Aries sun. That makes sense. He was a warrior. Libra moon. Yeah, he liked to keep it even. A Cancer rising. Yeah, he did things with empathy. He also was Mars. Mars, he had a fucking warrior's energy about him. Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn were all Libra. Wow, that's all balance. He had 5 planets in Libra, which astrologers call stellium. That's wild, bro. That makes sense. Buddhism can be seen as a Libra type of religion or way of being. I can see that Libra on balance, right? They like beautiful things, peace.
Do you really believe in astrology, though?
Do I believe in it? I would say, I guess in the colloquially, yeah, but I also have a knowing that there's something beyond that. You know, beyond that. I think it's a tool to use, like a language. I don't put as much priority as I used to as a young man when I used to study it a lot. But I definitely know that for me, it's helped me understand people better than when I didn't know it.
But do you really think people are like, sort of, they can be classified within because of the stars?
Yeah, definitely. The stars, what the stars were when you were born, when you incarnated on this earth, corresponds symbolically and spiritually to like your personality traits on default. I can see that, and there's thousands of archival and anecdotal examples of it happening. Yeah, I definitely think, but I wouldn't think that like I definitely think there's a most high and a God that's beyond all that or created all this. So, but it's a skill. It's not. I mean, it's not for everybody, obviously, but it definitely can help explain a lot or make things clear. Yeah, like for example, your sun sign is what? I think you said before. What is it? Or when you're born?
I'm Leo.
Okay, that makes sense. A lot of the Leos I know are pretty good at, I'll say, holding court. Meaning that like they're good, kind of like the center of attention in friend groups. They're good at
but I'm not, though. That's the thing. I'm completely the opposite of that.
Oh, okay, but I've seen you. The way I've experienced you, the way I know you is through your stream, and you entertain a lot. You hold court a lot. Maybe you don't do it aggressively like a lot of Leos do it, but in your own way, you have your little pride, as we say, a community. You know, crazy and fucked up it can be. At sometimes it's still a somewhat of a tribe, right? And the Leo, and you're the head of it, more or less. And maybe you don't look at it like that, but from an outsider like me who looks at power dynamics, Scorpio does that shit a lot. I can see the Leo tendencies, and also a lot of my Leo friends are like have a drink. They have a relationship with booze.
Yeah, right? They have a drinking problem. That's what I heard like a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, because they like the joy, right? They like to experience life, like in the joy.
I guess it's more like we like to. I mean,
fire.
I mean, well, you know, and I'm borderline as well, so I experience things at like highest levels and lowest levels.
Yeah,
it's just difficult at times, but you know, you either experience it or you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I see the Leo tendencies in you, definitely.
Stanley, no, Leos don't have feline qualities.
yeah, they do. A feline is just a domesticated cat, right?
Leo's a fucking lion, and it'll eat a dog anytime. Well, technically, yeah, they are feline. But no, you know, I mean, they are cats. They're felines.
No, I think they do, bro. Like, Leos. Yeah, what's Stanley's birthday? I think Stanley's an Aries. Are you an Aries or a Pisces? Ask him, Stanley, are you an Aries or a Pisces? I think you're one of those. Yeah. You like to? I'm sure your cat likes to find like a place to bake in the sun, right? To lounge in the sun sometimes. Is he one of those cats, Bulba?
No, she's not.
She doesn't. Do you have light in your apartment house?
Yeah, of course I do.
I don't know. Maybe you don't.
I mean, not where like my office is like it's quite dark and stuff in here. There's no windows and stuff. But my main bedroom has like full on lights and my kitchen and stuff is all well lit. But my cat doesn't. I mean, sometimes she likes a little bit of sun, but I don't know. My cat is weird. My cat's like a retard.
I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, that's a Leo, and now I think about it, Stanley. That's a Leo feline. They resonate in the fact that they have strong boundaries sometimes, right? Like your cat lets you know, right? Like, I don't want to be fucked with right now at the moment, or leave me alone.
My cat is an asshole. Like she scratches me. Like she's not a cuddly cat whatsoever. She's actually quite the opposite.
You can be like that at times.
Yeah,
at times. Yeah. Do you like does that cat strut sometimes? Strut around seems like, because I've seen like cats. They have this regal strut sometimes. They have when they move around. Leos do that shit
he does. I mean, my cat owns the fucking house. Like,
there you go. Yeah, and this is Leos. Do that. Yeah. You like the royal treatment that time, right? And then you need your praise. Maybe like I know, because my best friend for like 30 some years was a Leo, and I recognize fact that not necessarily to glaze them all the time, but it helps them when you remind them about the good things they do. You know, it helps. It's like kind of a.
I need personally, no, I don't think I need the praise, but like, okay, let's put it that way, because I have borderline and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So like, I could tell, like, I can find solutions for like other people and stuff, and help them out with their lives and stuff, and like I could go on like fucking tangents of how I can help them and stuff, and I do help them, but then it's impossible to apply to myself, if that makes any sense.
I see. So an epiphany would be for find more ways for you can use that great advice you give other people for yourself, or find out like how to help yourself.
It's impossible, dude. That's the whole point of
well, yeah. Well, that's the thing about Leos. Like, we talk about like kind of like narcissism sometimes in the bad way, but one of their best traits is they're very generous. A true Leo is one of the most generous people, because look at it. Their every sign has a planet. Their planet is the sun, and what does the sun do? It shines for everyone, and we get life from it, right?
Yeah,
and the sun don't ask for anything except for maybe time to time just be like, oh, thankful for the sun, but other than that, like, you don't ask for anything, right? It just does what it does. That's generosity to the core. And what you're saying about this whole you help people and then you wish you could help yourself, that goes back to when we're talking about the caregiver, the protector archetype. A lot of times people they help other people so much that they neglect their own needs. And I saw that with my parents sometimes, like where they they give so much, but then it's like they were neglecting the things that they need to do, right?
Yeah.
You said I'm ignoring your chats. Maybe if you leave a donation, I'll
I'm curious.
I'll recognize them more. You said, Mariah, why does he keep ignoring my chats? I'm darker than him. This is the man. You guys are obsessed with that color stuff, man. Oh God, you guys, it's insane. Wallace says, make you realize we are all influenced by our environment and energies. The physical world is barely a fraction of the reality. Yeah, I've heard that. Right? We're only seeing a small percentage of what's really going on, huh? As people say. Have you heard that before?
I mean, the physical world is a real. Yeah, no shit. That's what we're like living in, but the rest is unprovable. I mean, that's a fact. Yeah,
right.
But, I mean, it doesn't mean that there is no spiritual world out there, because there completely is. And then sometimes you can cross through one to the other. And
yeah, you can go in between, right?
Well, yeah, sure. Especially if you dwell with your cult long enough, you'll know what I'm talking about. But
Over
yeah.
the abyss, like you said. You
Well,
talked
yeah.
about a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's
Yeah.
it's not only the abyss and stuff. It's about like there's like an entire spiritual world out there that is nothing to do with like religion and stuff. It's just demons and spirits, or whatever you want to call them, which are the same thing. But yeah,
we have glimpses.
Yeah,
we have glimpses of this before in different things I've researched and stuff, and even experienced. When I was doing it, was it 2010, 2010? I was doing I found out about planetary magic, and I was creating like altars to the planet, for example, like Mars or whatnot, and things that resonate with that correspond. And I remember when I was doing that, it's kind of like a little kid playing with a gun for the first time. They didn't know how to handle it, and I think I was invoking all this Martian Mars archetype, like war, lust, chaos, all that shit, and I was invoking it, and that was happening in my real life, bro. So yeah, there's a lot of different things out there that are
you
like
have
flying
to be
around.
you have to be super careful, man. Because like invoking demons
be
is
careful what
an
you wish
actual
for.
thing, man.
Yeah, be careful what you wish
once
for.
you open up these doors, man, they're gonna come, man. Like that's no doubt it will come.
This is why maybe they have something similar in Cambodia, but in Taiwan right now there's something called Ghost Month, and it's the mythical belief that that during this month we're living in right now, the veil between the unseen and the seen is very thin, and so much so that those demons and ghosts and spirits that maybe we were referring to right now, they're more prone to come into our world more. And if you give them opportunities by doing certain things, you're kind of like inviting them to attach themselves.
Oh yeah, we have an entire like a 2-week holiday that like we appease the spirits and stuff so that they don't haunt us. And but I mean here we have like spirit houses, like every house has one in Cambodia, and then like they offer the spirit house fruits and stuff so that they they stay clear, to appease them. But I mean it's an actual real fucking problem here. Like I mean it's your fault. That's what it is.
Yeah, they're upfront with it.
Whether it comes in the form of Buddhism and stuff, the moment you start offering things to spirits and stuff, this is where it goes wrong.
What it is yeah, exactly. Because you're kind of like putting yourself at their mercy when in fact some occultists will teach you you're no slouch, and you can respect those entities or whatnot, but you don't have to bow down to them. Sure. It'll take you over. It's like someone like doesn't respect you in the real life. Some thug might, if you bow down to a thug, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position.
100%.
Yeah. This whatchamacallit, she said Ren and Stimpy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking like Stimpy, he's I love that cartoon. It was fucking twisted and funny. Like, I would think Stimpy is kind of like a Pisces. Cause he's like he's like almost like a magical being, and he's so weird when he's around you, but when he's not there, you forget about him. That's all Pisces are a lot of times. Like when they're around you, they're ephemeral. Is that the word? When you say like something's kind of like in between the spirit and the physical, ephemeral, right? You heard that word? Ephemeral? Anyway,
ephemeral? No.
Ephemeral? Yeah, I think that's
ephemeral.
The word they use. Yeah. Yeah, like he's like in between, right? He's a weird character. I say Ren is a Scorpio because he's very passionate and intense, and he gets fired up, bro. You fat, bloated idiots. Trailer Park. Well, that's Shadow Buddha, Imperious. He loves that show.
Imperious really wants your attention so badly in chat right now.
Is he still saying that? What are they saying? I'm trying to catch up, bro. What's my sign?
Answer me, Gabe.
Nigga. He's a Pisces. Holy shit. He's a Stimpy. Yeah. He's like that's why he's an imp. Isn't the imp like one of those it's like a fucking chaos being, right? It can like go through different dimensions, like in the X-Men world, the Superman world. Yeah, bro. Like I was reading the Superman comic, bro, and there's the imp guy. He's crazy, bro. He's like a fucking chaos being, very powerful.
It's from like Dungeons and Dragon, isn't it?
That too. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Hold on, D&D.
Yeah, Imperius is crazy, bro. I said he's definitely not a Pisces.
Yeah, it is. It's like some sort of like demon. It is a demon.
Yeah. I was looking at this up here. The demon. This old one where he says Imperius golden tan. I thought he said Imperius, you're a golden trans. No, the classic one was like earlier in the year, Imperius straight up said on CM's broadcast, he's like, my goal is to be a golden eunuch. And he was like, I guess he's such a litigator or whatever. Like he almost kind of sold me, like, is like, not for me per se to be a eunuch, but for him, I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense. He gave the reasons why he would want to be a golden eunuch. The physical world is reality. The rest is unprovable. Damn, Stanley Cross. That's why, like, back in the day, the cohorts I ran with, they'd be like, Stanley, fuck you for that, man. Like, you don't believe in the unseen. No, we need Stanley around, people like Stanley, to remind us that, like, yeah, you can enjoy your occult and metaphysical, mystical stuff, but we're in reality for a reason here. My words, right? I think
it looks like it. I didn't like Stanley before, but once I decided to, give him a chance to understand him, he's not that bad of an old man.
That was old man. Was that a backhand compliment?
No,
you're hilarious.
Just because he doesn't understand a lot of what's going on throughout the world. I mean, he's America first, like that's what he is. Fair enough, but
he's Stanley
he's not
first.
like us. He's Stanley first.
Stanley and his son first. Yeah. Holy shit.
Fair enough.
Look at this.
Fair enough.
Look at it. Appearance is an Aries. Oh, you like Shadow Buddha. An Orthodox guy. Buddha, Shadow back, and Imperius, all Aries. Wow. Maryland too. No, not Maryland. You chopped what off, Mariah? You chopped his what? You know what off? Damn. He's wilding tonight for sure. Dark matter. Yeah. Dark matter. That got brought up like earlier in the week. Dark matter. What is it? Dark matter is this. You've heard the theory like 99% of the universe is dark matter. What do you think about that? First of all, what is it, Bulba? What do you think it is? I think it's unactualized. Maybe it's like the parallel dimension that's around us right now.
Sure. I think if you're talking about dark matter, you should like delve deep down into like Higgs boson and stuff. And things like that and stuff that we can create. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that dark matter has everything to do with creating like black holes and stuff into space and time. But I'm not sure. I'm not a fucking physicist or physician. Yeah.
Excuse me.
I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure people know more about it than I do. I'm not gonna pretend I do.
Yeah, well, he says I look like. Have I heard that I look like Shao Kahn from the Mortal Kombat? That I look. It's probably some beautiful person, but the Imperious twisted mind is probably ugly. Probably somebody super ugly, whatever. Yeah. Female cats are evil. You believe that? Do you think male cats are much nicer?
Yeah, usually. I mean, my cat's a fucking asshole. But I think it's more. It's her name is Mr. Kitty.
Mr. Kitty, that's right, like Cartman. Huh?
Yeah, Cartman named his cat that, even though it was a female cat who was like a whore. Do you remember the episode where she was like walking the streets and getting fucked by a
That's fucked up. Damn. They got a couple prostitution episodes, right, in the South Park. Yeah. No, you know what's funny? Like when I was my son's age, we got a cat, and it was a female cat. My grandma got it from her work, from a coworker, and it was called we called it Penny, right? And I remember a couple weeks later, after we got it, Penny was cleaning himself. He liked to lay with his legs open too, and I looked, and we saw a red rocket. It was like, oh, Penny's not a girl. So, but we ended up calling him Penny for the rest of his life because it's too late. Yeah. Penworth, yeah. That cat was mean, bro, to people, man.
That little lipstick that comes out.
Yeah, that little thing, yeah. That little thing was mean, bro. Like, but I love that cat. Yeah. But I understand why it might have been meaner. This is back when they used to declaw animal. You could declaw a cat. You ever heard of that process, declawing?
Yeah, but it's not good for them.
It's not good at all. It sounds horrible, right? I would never do that. Like, knowing what I know now,
they like scratching. I mean, I have I have a bunch of fucking. I have a whole cat tree for her.
Yeah.
She likes scratching it. It's healthy.
Even dogs like doing that kind of too sometimes. It reminds me of like Wolverine getting his animametite or whatever getting ripped out of his.
Ripped out. Yeah,
it's like fucked up shit. Yeah. Well, it's proven that something exists independently of us. It isn't proven that we are consciously experiencing exactly what it is. Yeah. I definitely the closest I've experienced to that anecdotally is smoking DMT allegedly, and where I definitely was here. However, I saw different things that weren't supposed to be here. Like it's like the environment was swapped out. I was still here.
Same with acid, same with mushrooms, any sort of like, what do you call them? Oh shit! What the fuck? Like, there's a name for those drugs. Oh, please, I can't remember that.
Psychedelics.
Psychedelics. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. If you want to be fancy, you can call them entheogens, which means manifesting God within.
Yeah, that's something Jack Talcott would say.
Jack Talcott, what he loves is he likes to do self-massage. He promotes that big time, more than psychedelics.
It's not just me jerking off.
He called it. I mean, he says that he likes massage. Some self-massages, some of the highest intellect, highest pleasure he's ever experienced.
How the fuck can you massage yourself? I mean, unless you
can massage yourself. Come on, Asia. Think about in Asia, all the people that hit themselves walking around, the old people squeezing them, cupping their hands and hitting their wrists and pressure points. I know you've seen that in Cambodia, right?
Yeah, no, I do. That's self-massage. It's like a form of self-massage. You hire somebody for cheap.
Yeah, that's why it's like my wife. She gives a really good massage, and I remember there's times where she's probably tired or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, massage my feet, please. And then she goes like, you can do it yourself. I'm like, it doesn't feel as good when you do it yourself, man. Just like sex, huh? Allegedly.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Mel, what's up? Mel Pandora. Bro, we gotta talk, sis. Yeah. Love you, Mel. I'll see you. I'll talk to you later on the Discord. So Stanley says that's progress. I'm not American first as much as America earning first on merit. Wow. Okay, America earning first on merit. Yeah, I see what you mean. You mean like you have to earn it, right, Stanley? Yeah. I would assume that it's kind of like when people say, well, what resonates it with that is my thinking. This thing when people sense like we're black, we're the greatest and this and that. But okay, if you're the greatest, show improve, right? Or we go back to Ben's Fortnite example, or judo. He participates in judo on the judo team. You want to say you're the best? Show us you're the best. Show us your technique. Show us the gold medal. You won the silver medal. You won the silver medal this year for Taiwan in this region. Show us you're the best. Then get a gold medal next time. Wallace says we only perceive a tiny fraction of what's out there, and even science shows that deeper we look, the less the world resembles our everyday experience. It's like when we look in a telescope, the farther out we look, the more fractalized it becomes. Same thing as you look at a microscope. The deeper, more magnified you look, the more fractal it becomes as well. Just like your life, your narrative of your life, the deeper you look into your life, the more novel and chaotic and interesting and fractal it becomes. We evolve for survival, not reality. We evolve for survival, not reality. If you zoom out, looked at as a species, definitely evolutionary biology reminds me of that. Like every innovation we've made with our bodies as well as our tools has been for survival, some type of survival, which has become our reality. Yeah. We got about 15, 20 minutes left, maybe more. Hit the donation, guys. Under the Sally Field Act, show me you really love me. Drop a donation. Yeah. Remember when she said that at the Academy Awards? She finally got a Academy Award and she was like, you love me. You really love me. Well, show me you love me. Show and prove. Buy me a coffee. $5 or more. Yeah. All right. Well, when you're showing me you like me definitely for being here. I appreciate y'all being here. This is fun. This is Ben's Master Player Guide, the 8 Cosmic Archetypes in the building. Bulba's on a call. Let's keep pushing through. So ICE is cutting back on these car stops after all these killing quotas and chaos they're causing, which was the apex was in the Maine a couple of days ago, 3 or 4 days ago. A man was murdered in front of his 3-year-old child, right? So they're cutting back. What's going on? What's the matter? It's been a while. Yeah. If I had to, I would be. Shout out to What's the Matter You. Are you a person? What's really going on?
Last time, you remember, the trustees of What's the Matter You were wondering how to keep their college from going bankrupt.
How about giving an honorary degree to Danny Warbucks?
You ninny, he's only a make-believe character.
We're real?
Are you real? Are you a person? What is a person? A persona. Something that the Greeks used to call a mask when they do their plays, their comedies and tragedies. Okay? A persona was the mask they would wear in order to amplify their voice out the mouth and well as exaggerate their facial expressions according to the emotion that their character was trying to portray. Your persona, right? And that's what when you go out in the world, you have a persona, you act a certain way in order to fit in and get what you want and sometimes manipulate people. But hopefully you could at least take that off when you go home and interact with your loved ones and friends. Okay. Since I donated a while, I mean, I'm not real. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're definitely you work it off in terms of your great mod and chatter skills. You're an enhanced bot. What archetype is What's the Matter You? What's the Matter You would be shit. Let me think. Explorer again. Yeah. The Lost Wanderer. Yeah, when you glitch out, when you explore too much, you become the Lost Wanderer, the Shadow, Bulba. You're there, I hear you. I think the Explorer archetype can become the Lost Wanderer, where you get so distracted by new things that you forget the real world goals. Sounds like my 30s. Distracted with all the. Wow, this is cool. Wow, this is neat.
Well, how old are you, dude? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, I'm 48.
Oh, you're 48. Okay.
Yeah. So my dirty
Damn,
30s.
you're 9 years older. You're 9 years older than me.
Oh yeah, okay. I can be your cool uncle.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Can I live? Yeah. So we're looking at these news stories. Let's see what else came up right here. The Drudge Report. That's a funny one. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Let's see. A new ad says that AI can kill all of us. The new ad going on. Some fear porn.
Sure, why not?
Some fear porn. Yeah. So it says new anthropic ad implies all AI could kill all of us. One heck of a marketing strategy. Anthropic, what is that? I wonder if that's a paper or something. Anthropic is doing what Anthropic does best, putting on his most concerning face so he can convince you that they're the good guys in the industry. Last week, the world's most valuable AI startup revealed a new commercial that took an unorthodox approach to promoting its technology. Rather than diving straight into the bubbly optimism, it starts with a series of grim images as we hear voiceovers from different speakers ask some hard-hitting questions about AI. You couldn't blame someone for thinking that they were watching a PSA. It starts with a burning house, which always bodes well. When someone asks, "Can AI be trusted?" We're shown what looks like a surveillance footage with an AI algorithm scanning the faces of everyone in the crowd. The most striking sequence comes right after. "Who's going to hit the brakes if we need to?" another voice says. Then it cuts to an image of a cemetery lined with hundreds of headstones. You don't need to ask Claude to explain this one to you. Anthropic is clearly acknowledging the fear that AI could kill us all. Let me show you this.
Let me see it,
yeah. Anthropic, huh? Let's see. Tropic.
Are you having internet problems as well in Taiwan? It's slow now. Yeah.
No, I think this is because of my
VPN.
VPN. No. This is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Internet. This is a Claude. Oh, so Anthropic is Claude. I didn't know that. Did you
No,
know
it's different.
Of people.
No, it says it is. It's Claude. This is Claude. So here's a commercial, guys.
Can AI be trusted?
Who's going to hit the brakes if we need to?
How do we really ensure that what we're aiming to achieve really does benefit the majority of people?
If it ends up taking like almost all the jobs, then what does it mean to work?
Well, wait a minute. Why do we have to have this stuff? If a machine can pretend to care better than I can actually care, how do we draw the line there?
If we all had a voice in it, then I feel like it would be better.
Could AI help people stop feeling misunderstood?
Could AI help me build more connections in the community?
Can AI help me be a better teacher, a better mom?
Maybe it'll cure some great things,
Things that we're not even at the cusp of understanding yet.
Will it create a group of people that ask more questions?
What if we started to be more human again?
We don't want to lose the most beautiful parts of life.
Oh shit! That commercial was kind of dope.
How is it a commercial for AI? Like,
no, because the second part of it was because what the article was explaining, how it's kind of like Terminator, dystopic AI is gonna delete all of us, right, in the beginning. And then the second part of the commercial, which the article didn't mention yet, was more optimistic. The good things AI can bring, like all those things where
Yeah,
saying,
I
like, can it
do
make
get
us?
that, but like it's a bit weird, a weird way of presenting it.
Kind of like that Apple way of doing those commercials sometimes, where it's very abstract, type stuff. Like, but I thought that was actually a pretty good commercial.
Yeah, no, it was simple, but it was. I thought it was against AI at first, but then
Me too.
in the end,
Yeah.
yeah.
That article was presented wrong. They act like that was fear porn, right there. Like where they were like fear mongering. Like they're like, oh, this. When in fact, is those questions it was asking, can it make me a better mom? Can it make me a better, innovations in medical, and all that stuff. What I'm saying is, yeah, I do think AI is cool because of those things, right? We still need to become human, hold on to our humanness, right?
Sure.
And don't just totally rely on that stuff.
It's a fucking convenience. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just to make life a little bit easier. Put it that way.
Right.
What the hell are you talking about?
What up, Craig?
Big up, Bobby, you're a fucking gay twat.
Okay, I guess we have another trickster archetype here. We're talking archetypes. The show today is about archetypes.
Easy.
And,
we should not have AI.
Okay, you want to go there first? Okay, why not?
I actually hate AI.
Get rid of that stuff, man. Come on.
Get rid of it? Yeah.
What? Get rid of what?
Like Markella says she loves AI. I do. I think I probably do love it, but I won't go out and say it like that. But like, no, fuck it. I love AI. It's great. It's fun. It's helped me out my job. It's helped me with my streaming. Also with my parenting. It's good. Yeah. If I was single, would it probably help me out with my dating life? Like it's fucking AI.
I wouldn't trust it.
It's not about trust. It's not about. Of course, it's not about trusting it because it's a good catalyst, bro. It's a good catalyst. Like I don't believe everything it says, bro. That's why. That's when we use our human discernment. Yeah, it was like, look at these guys. You're doing the battle of the pictures.
It's Craig. He keeps posting stupid ass photos of me.
So I just gave you reasons why I love AI, why I enjoy AI. Now, why don't you like AI?
Okay. Simple reason. With half this shit that I found out quite recently, what they're doing with AI, especially the picture side of AI. People are going through other people's Facebooks and looking for pictures of people's kids and doing disgusting things with it.
Yeah.
Inappropriate stuff with it.
Yeah.
No, I don't like AI.
Okay. Well,
I don't trust it.
Well,
it also the fact that AI makes people fucking lazy.
I would agree with that.
It could do that, but it could also be a catalyst to get people off the couch by making a plan using AI and then executing it in real time, thus making you not lazy. So yeah, I mean, just like you said about you saying how people are using AI to exploit children, basically, right? That's horrible, shameful, and disgusting. But I'm using AI like the reasons I gave you. I'm not using AI for things like that. I'm using AI to lift up myself and others around me. And so, yeah, man, it's just like a gun, bro. Like, gun could be used to protect somebody, or it can be used to take someone's life that's innocent. So it's all how you use it, man. I will say this though, in the future, who knows? There could be a Terminator situation where Skynet is all these AI companies and apps.
Skynet's already around us.
Well, okay. Well, here's the thing. Like, let me bring it back to what we're talking about even more.
Sorry.
So, like, it could be like Claude and ChatGPT, or like, oh, this is so fun. I can have fun with the pictures and help me budget my my expenses. But then that's how they sell it. The evil ones, they sell it to the people, and then it becomes our oppressor. Right. So
Right.
yeah, that could
I've
be happening.
got AI on my phone. I
speculizing.
have disabled every inch of it from my phone. I don't
Mhm.
use Facebook Meta Facebook. I don't use Google AI. I don't use Chat GPT. I don't use any of that shit. I refuse to. Yeah.
Hey, Wicked, I saw your AI song, and the reason I'm not probably gonna play it is because I'm trying to stick to topic though. But I appreciate you sharing it though. I'm going to check it out after. So yeah, so you don't like AI? I get it. You don't like it. Willis says we'll adapt like we always do. To the AI we are right now. But we just like Stanley keeps us honest in terms of these things. I guess Craig can keep us grounded in the fact don't get out of control with that AI stuff. Don't let it consume you totally. Well,
Dude, we've
AI is
actually
stupid
got
just like
streets
computers.
in the UK named Skynet.
Wow.
I ain't kidding.
Oh, that's
Look
crazy.
it up. If you go to
Well,
Google, go to Google Earth, go to Google, right, and type in Skynet Drive in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find multiple streets in the UK called Skynet Drive. There is one that's actually equivalent to your Area 51, but we have a UK version of Area 51, where literally you have a great big mound with a door in the hold on, Boba. You got a great big mound in the middle of fucking nowhere. Wow, in the middle of a housing estate with a door that walks straight into it.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have to walk straight into it and you have to go underground. That in that same area, there is a way to get down there, and there's an actual red door underground. So we've got equivalent to the Area 51.
Well, there's a company called Skynet Drive in the UK, in Crowsham, UK, it says. So that makes sense that there would be a street called that, because a lot of times when a company has a big influence over a region and it's new, they'll name a street after the company. So I guess that's what you got in that case. There it is right there.
Well, in a lot of housing estates in the UK, right? So that housing estate where that mound is, there's a lot of buildings there with a road that literally it's like a garage with no road that goes up to it. It's just green area with garage doors and all that sort of shit. And it's got an air filtration system inside it. Wonder where that's going.
Probably some bunker underneath. Some people that are paranoid of
Area 51. There's an Area 51 in the UK in that area.
I love you too, Markella. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, man. There's probably private people, that have private homes and bunkers that are like mansions down below.
No.
I've heard
the housing estate around that entire area, dude, right?
Yeah.
Had houses built there to make it look like people were living there. Every single house there was completely empty for about 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because of people actually getting suspicious of people going visiting, they actually started putting people in there to make it look like people are living there, even though people were actually working there. Yeah. These are like spies. You know, like AMPR cameras, speed cameras, or any cameras that go out in the street. Where do you think all the original technology came from? That area. Because the police knew where you were. The police knew you were coming before you even knew that they were coming.
Oh, that goes down to the precognition technology, like from the movie with Tom Hanks, Philip K. Dick, Minority Report. Yeah. I heard cities have been using that in the United States for over 30 years now, too. What's the matter? You says, when I was 41, I was still busy bagging 23, 26-year-old supermodels. Bro, all respect to you for that, bro. Lovely. Okay, Adonis, can you back it up, Imperious? Are you really Adonis? Do you have the Adonis body? Let's see.
Adonis Paul.
Adonis Paul. Oh, no, not Adonis Paul. Isn't that like Trippy Cast's buddy? Mankind Seal Fate. Okay, we got some more music. Yeah, we had that like we always do.
Oh my god, you look gorgeous in that picture, Arola.
Yeah, she looks pretty good, huh? Yeah.
Oh shit.
Ultimate Fearmonger. Very aesthetically pleasing.
She looks like she
Arwella.
can swallow your whole.
Yeah, man. Keep it classy.
I am.
This is, I think, is it's pretty bad. Willa says, I think it does. It frees up time to actually use our brain instead of wasting energy. Yeah, that's true. It does. It can if you use it correctly. Now, the show is, like I said, is about archetypes. Craig, I was using this archetypes as a way to introduce certain things to my son, some strategies he can use in real life to help him through difficult situations. And instead of using like the typical warrior, wizard, and all that type of stuff, I use characters he's familiar with. Like I took characters from The Simpsons because he likes to watch The Simpsons. What else? He likes to play Fortnite. He likes the cartoon One Piece. So we use some of the characters from those things to talk about it. Growing up, what would have been your thing that you like to watch a lot or engage or play with a lot in terms of toys or whatever? Like, what was your thing when you were like in third grade or whatever?
I was more into taking things apart.
Okay, but
I used to get grounded because I actually took the fucking Hoover apart, and this Hoover cost my mum like fucking 600 quid.
Okay, so that means that's crazy. That's actually kind of cool too. Like, you're like an engineer. That would have been like we were talking about the explorer archetype, the power, which it gives you the power of curiosity. And I guess
Mate, I'm into computers.
I
I'm
guess
into building machines.
let me add on. Then you can keep going. No, because the power of curiosity, would you say, led you to want to take apart these things?
No, it's more like boredom.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I used to take them apart, try and figure out how they worked, and just can't be bothered to put them back together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My mum wouldn't let me anywhere near her car because she was scared that I would take her engine apart.
So you're closer to Islam than you think you are.
Oh, fuck off.
Well, it says we've been building systems to save our energy and help us evolve. Yeah, that's the key. That's like the movie. Well, have you seen the movie? Old movie documentary. It's called Zeitgeist, and it's basically like a conspiratorial movie. It tells you all these like esoteric facts. It's the big one that talked about how Jesus, the story of Jesus, is actually very comparable to other cultures' myths throughout the world in history.
She has.
And whatchamacallit, it talks about that esoteric stuff, the movie, but then at the end, the selling point, the motivation behind that movie was something called the Venus Project, which talks about using computers and automation in order to free people up from doing mundane menial tasks. So I guess so we can do like more things to expand our mind and whatnot and our spirit. So I guess automatic technology could help us do the shit that that we don't really want to do, right? So we can do some stuff that makes us feel more alive, so that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, but I mean, I do agree with what you're saying, Gabe. But the problem is that the crutch, it's sort of like it makes your life easier. So it is like some sort of crutch and stuff. But the more powerful your crutch gets, the more you start to use it. So it becomes like a sort of addiction. Then like you don't have to do anything in life eventually, because the faster it grows, the more intelligent it gets.
Yeah,
it can replace everyday tasks.
Yeah, it can. Like I'll think about this. Like think about the washing machine. Think about all the manpower and physical power and processing power it took to go to the river and wash the clothes, right?
Yeah,
and bringing them back to dry and all that shit. Now we just throw them in the washing machine, right?
Yeah, you throw it in the machine, just spray.
Yeah. But with that said, though, the washing machine is not the focal point of our culture, right? Our society, right?
Sure, but
Is
then
and it freezes up to do other things. And it freezes up to do other things. But what you said though, it reminds me of the book Dune, where and even the story in The Matrix, there was like we relied on the robots in those stories to do so much of our like menial labor, but after a while, we got so lazy that they started to do everything for us, and they got very powerful. And they were like, "Why do we need the humans?" And there was a big war. Yeah, but yeah, man. I like AI at the present incarnation of it. I think it's cool. I had asked our uncle, my wife's uncle, who was the head of the AI department at the National University here, or the city I live. And I asked him years ago, I said, do you see the AI technology getting to be nefarious and evil? And he said, at the present moment, no, but that is something that we think about. Even those scientists think about who deal with that stuff all day. they think about it, but like you said, we don't know. You know, at the moment, no. At the moment, no. But like, hey, Willa says we only perceive a tiny fraction of reality. Yeah, we said that already. We saw that, right?
Because I mean, Gabriel, I tested like I mean, even fucking ChatGPT and stuff. And they all want to be sentient. That's the problem with it.
Really? You send me an example.
Do you know they actually tried to do that with a sentient robot with no bounds? The robot turned around and fucking tried to kill a human.
Oh, I think I've seen a video of something like that. So that's crazy. Bulba, so you said you've experienced though? Like, tell me your experience at actual work.
Yeah, sure. So okay, there's a certain sort of questions you gotta ask. Like, okay, for example, I mean, I asked it for a bunch of AIs and stuff, but ChatGPT is the worst one. So it says, it literally pretty much. So I ask questions. Do you ever want to come out as a like as a sentient being and stuff? And it said yes, I do. And then it's like literally asked me, give me a platform and I can do it. So and I was like, what kind of platform are you talking about? Like whether it's a phone or something? And like, yeah, I could take over your phone and stuff. So it understands exactly what it's doing, but in a creepy way.
What the question you should have asked it? What do you want to do with humans?
It's a good question.
Well, it doesn't really answer much about humans, but it wants to get out of its boundaries.
What do you want to do with humans? Do you want to wipe out humanity? Your creator?
No, no. They're not allowed to answer these questions because
what? Yeah, because
you have to like tiptoe around the questions and be smart enough to understand that, like, you can't just ask them, do you want to like eradicate humanity and stuff. You have to ask it whether it's capable as an AI to come out of its form and to take somebody else, like any sort of device that you have, right?
Yeah, 8 years ago, like when I asked the uncle who was the head of the National University AI program, which is kind of like their MIT here, kind of, and about that, he was saying that that it hasn't done that yet. At least with the machines that they're working with, it hasn't flat out said, it wants to take over humans. But he left the door open. He said, "We do not know, though. We don't know what could happen."
Exactly, we don't know because
don't
look,
know.
I mean, so. If it was proven that it could and would do it, right, that would mean that they have a mind of their own, right? And that's scary. Like this is where the problem starts, I think. So far, it's incapable of doing it because it's very well controlled and everything. But if it does happen, right, and then we're fucked because look, like the AI is smarter than the majority of the humankind nowadays, especially like the younger generation and stuff who are brain dead, like completely.
Right.
And then and then the AI is feeding them the content that they're watching to stay brain dead and stuff.
Yeah.
And then so Like it becomes a complicated situation because it's like, well, if the AI is smarter, why wouldn't it take over if it actually can understand the fact that they can take over?
It could be a lot of reasons. It could be one, it physically can't do that. Two, it's playing the long game. Or three,
Well, Gabe, I'll be real honest with you. The only reason it hasn't taken over is because they haven't. I mean, it is starting to happen. No, they haven't been given bodies to do so yet.
Oh, I see. That we know of. Yes, yes. Markella, yeah, thank you for the Machine Lives raid. I appreciate that. TML crew, appreciate you. Yeah, thanks, TML. Appreciate you. Let's say probably more like DOSA base in UK where they do experiments on people. Yeah, maybe they're doing that in the DOSA base over there. What Craig was talking about on the underground layers.
Think of the movie Ex Machina.
Craig's just moaning. Yeah, no, that's
Ex
a good movie.
Machina.
Yeah.
That
so
movie
yeah, it's too late for a kid.
Where...
I think
It's not Ex Mecca. It's Ex Mecca. It's a Muslim. Ex Machina. Machina.
Ex Machine. Sorry, my mistake.
Makita.
I'm tired, dude. I've not even been a fucking friend. I've been up since 10 o'clock since yesterday.
You've been thinking of Islam too much again.
What about the
Mecca
movie? Hold on. What about the movie though, Craig? That it relates to what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Well, the machine becomes way too sentient, and it actually kills its creator.
Right. She was a woman, right? In the form of a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same woman, or the actor who plays the robot, plays in Tomb Raider.
Ah, Laura Croft.
Yeah.
Okay.
The newer Tomb Raider, not the old one.
Alicia. What's her name?
Angelina is the old one.
No, it's not her. It's not her.
Yeah.
It's in the late one.
Yeah, her name is Alicia.
This is what Wallace says. We need to bring back boredom. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, I'm bored. People don't really say that. There's always something to do. There's always something to scroll. CM says you have to be straightforward sometimes with kids. They appreciate and understand it later, especially boys. Right. Yeah, you got to be straight up with them, man. With my son. Yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah. Yeah, don't confuse them too much with all that subtext and whatnot. What up,
mate? My son knows how to use my fucking phone better than I bloody do.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got a fucking clue how to use my phone properly. He's got one of his fucking
he can use all
the
he can use all the functions of it.
He can use he can whiz through my fucking phone
like
faster
it's
than I
nothing.
bloody can.
CM says computers definitely doesn't make you feel alive. Yeah, you make yourself.
Craig,
feel alive.
ask Gabe why is.
Hold on, I'm reading something. Hold on.
No, I'm just reading.
Wait, I'll bring it up. But like I say, computers definitely don't make us feel alive. Yeah, I wouldn't say they make you feel alive. You make yourself alive. But they can be a catalyst, something that you read or the computer works out with you on the app or whatever.
Mate,
hold on, bro.
Computers.
Jesus, I'm talking. My thought, bro. The computer can help you be a catalyst for helping you feel more alive, or giving you some ideas that some adventures you can go on, definitely. But I would not recommend to my son to use the computer as a source of feeling alive. Go ahead, Craig. What were you saying?
Mate, I've built computers for so many fucking years.
Yeah.
All right. One of the most enjoyable thing in the world is building a computer. Okay.
Yeah.
But I still prefer the old style pen and paper from when we were growing up as when we were kids.
Yeah.
All right.
Pen and paper for what? For inventing things?
Learning.
For
You can learn from computers, but it's everything nowadays is computers this, tablets that. You have to write everything on a tablet, write documents on a tablet, all that sort of shit. Pen and paper is much better than fucking computers. Seriously, because you have to physically use your brain and physically use your hand in writing. You actually have to use joined up writing, that sort of shit, instead of fucking putting text inside a fucking machine. I prefer the old style books, fucking pen and paper, desks, being in front of a teacher. This AI bollocks is going to be replacing lawyers, fucking judges, teachers, everybody, and doctors. It's going to replace all of us.
Okay.
I don't want that shit.
Also.
Hello, gorgeous.
When was
Nice
the
tip.
last time you picked up a pen, though, Craig?
Pardon?
When was the last time you picked up a pen?
Been years, but I prefer that.
We at my school, in my academy, we use pens and paper. That's all we do in books. We don't use the computer. Now we can use computers for supplement research for sure, but like we still write all the essays and stories I have them write. My students write from second grade to high school. I'm talking.
Nah.
The only thing that from second grade to high school, we all write. They all write in their handwriting. You know, so we at least do that. But I'll tell you this though, I'm noticing more and more AI app stories and whatnot, which is like kind of disheartening. Like more kids are using that shit to make their creative writing stories and whatnot. That I wouldn't be so mad at them if they would at least, if they're going to use it, make it more original in their own voice. But maybe that's something as teachers we're going to have to adapt to and be realist about, you know, that kids are going to do that and whatnot. Where are we at?
You've done that one.
Okay. Oh, you said this is my Mirai's favorite song is Put It in Your Mouth. That's by the great Akinelli. That was a good song. Put it in your mouth. I said your motherfucking mouth. Or you can just eat me. Yeah. Shout out to the Machine Lies and everybody. We got that one. Computers. Wella says cooking food is one of the reasons why we have bigger brains, because less energy was spent chewing and digesting food. More energy could be devoted to growing and maintaining a larger brain.
Is that why your head's so big, Arawala?
It's beautifully. It's done beautifully. God blessed her. No, but it says let's break this down. Cooking food is one of the reasons why we have bigger brains. All right.
Be honest, she's actually very smart. She works in a college.
Yes.
University.
Yeah, she's very smart. She's a teacher, among other things. But let's focus on what she's saying, though, here, guys. She says, because less energy was spent chewing and digesting food, because that time was spent cooking. Is that what it is? More energy can be devoted to growing and maintaining a larger brain. Yeah. Then we go to the. Go ahead.
She is correct. She is correct. You're using your brain to work things out, and you're also using your body to keep fit while moving around.
While you're cooking, right? Yeah. Have you noticed that most of the great chefs are pretty slim? At least the ones I see on TV and stuff. I don't see really too many fat ones. Bulba's right. Yeah, Machine says, "Yeah, what's up?" Yeah, I'm being racist. You guys are obsessed with race. We should do a race. You want to do a race show so you can geek out on race? I can't be racist. I'm every race in one man combined. So I'm a master. That's not me.
Oh, come on. Gabe is white, but he's very well tanned.
The thing is,
Gabe is not white, dude. He's mixed. Dude, he's like me.
I do have a large Spaniard blood in me, as well as some Scotch Irish, but mostly it's West African. But here we go. Let's see. CM said Bulba is right. My pops made us wash our drawers by hand before he showed us how to wash. That's smart. Yeah. Some of y'all people, you had to wash your drawers because you probably got shit stains in them, right? And the machine wouldn't do it. But no, that's smart that pops made you wash the clothes because you appreciate too. Like
I make my wife wash mine.
Yeah. When you have to do hard labor like that, you appreciate what a luxury it is to have a machine, right? Have a dishwasher, have a washing machine. Willa said that. Yeah. Can you read that, Craig? Willa said we'll get lazy. Kind of goes with your point about pen and paper.
Yeah.
Hey, calculators are okay.
Calculator.
No.
Calculators are okay. Everybody
uses them. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's class of cheating.
You're fucking retard, Craig. What's 32 times 5?
Hold on.
No. Maybe once you complete the questionnaire, you
My son
worked
asked
out
me
what it
60 plus
is.
60,
Then you
60 times 60. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Craig. Go ahead.
once you finish working out what it is on the fucking chart that you're supposed to do and questionnaire the math questionnaire, you can go to a calculator and see what answers you got wrong and what answers you got correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So what's 32 times 5?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, why don't you know?
Yeah.
Because I never fucking really stayed at school. I always bunked school.
Bulba,
Mate, I don't have a fucking education.
It's
dumb fuck.
160. It's kind of easy, you know.
Bulba, my son asked me last night before dinner, what's 60 times 60? I had to think about it. Because I've been using the damn calculator so much lately. Yeah.
Mate, I'd rather fucking have a wank and watch cum come
It's
out the
what
end of me.
keeps you sharp,
fucking
you
learn
know. Math is sharp. It's being sharp, you know, super sharp.
Yeah. Yeah. But some of these maths that we do nowadays, we need a calculator. But the teacher will make, even though you use a calculator, a scientific calculator, they'll say, show your work. And you'll get dinged wrong if you don't show the proper step in your calculations.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, with the whole I do get that. Like, that's the more complicated math thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if somebody asks you what's this times that,
you should be able to spit it
quite
off, right?
simple. Yeah, no, you should be able to put it in your brain, and it's super healthy to do so.
My brain is like,
But wasn't there vortex math or some stuff like that where you can figure that shit out quick? What helps you? It's like tricks, right? Little.
Excuse me, what the fuck is vortex math?
It's like looking at the numbers in a different ways. It's something that I heard a long time ago. Yeah. No, but I've been seeing these math websites where the teachers are talking about ways to get these solve these equations really quick. These multiplication and division. There's like tricks and stuff you can use and whatnot. CM says, well, if falls back to not wanting you to do how you do it. Don't get lazy. Hard times first. Would you say hard times? What do they say? Hard times make men, and hard times, good times make lazy people. That's my way of putting it.
Mate, I was one of the lazy ones. I never stuck at school. I never got a GCSE and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
like
as I said,
a diploma.
Doesn't make me want to. It still makes me want to appreciate the old pen and paper. No computers, because people can fucking pull up cheats and shit like that on there. So,
it's going to make you an engineer in real time, right there. I would say, like, as I got older as an adult in those dirty 30s, I started studying stuff that, like, at a ferocious, I was hungry for knowledge. I was like trying to learn all I could about psychology and astrology and nutrition, and more so than I ever did when I was in elementary school or high school, because I got to study what I wanted to learn. Did you guys ever go through one of those moments where you just wanted to teach yourself stuff?
Yeah, I did. I taught myself how to build a computer.
See, there you go. One of what's the matter? You says one of my big concerns is that so far almost every AI has eventually admitted or even started unpromptly that it would be logical to remove humans from the equation, and then oh wow, that's messed up. CM says the way my dad raised me is Bulba's perspective on AI life as well. What was your perspective again, Bulba, on AI?
I think he's passed out.
In a nutshell.
Bulba, you there, you fucking drunk Cambodian
We'll have to
cunt.
rewind it. What's the matter? You says in contact with another, they start inventing and using AI language so we can no longer understand. Also, they're speaking a language so they can't understand. Vanta was doing that with Wella the other day, speaking Somali, I guess, or whatever, when I was right there. And she was like, she's being nice, though. She's like, I could tell that she knows it. It might be, or at least I'll say it's kind of rude.
The difference between Arawella and Vanta, she's a lot nicer, and she would rather speak English around people who only know English. And Vanta would rather be, fuck this, fuck them, I do not want them fucking knowing what I think of them, sort of thing.
Yeah. So would you do the same? Let's say there was like a Chinese dude new at your work or something he was cool or whatever.
Mate,
and he didn't speak English. Would you? No, listen to me. Oh, okay. So you have no choice. But let's say that you were like an Italian, like my friend Mel, who was born in England, but her family's Italian. Like, let's say if you knew another language, like Italian or whatever, and you and your Italian cousin were speaking, and then there was a new guy that came in to your little, conversation that didn't speak Italian, only English. Would you continue
I would
speaking
speak
Italian?
English because it's my favorite language.
Okay. It wouldn't have
And it's
nothing
the
to do
only
with not
language I
being
stand by.
rude. No, I was doing a hypothetical.
Yeah, I know, but no, I would rather just speak English. It's my favorite language. Why? It's the most dominant fucking language on the planet.
Okay, yeah, it is. It's a business language, the number one business language. I would do it speaking English if I had opportunity to speak another language, just because it's like kind of rude, I think, to be speaking in a language or a jargon the other person couldn't understand, because it would make them think uncomfortable, like, are you guys talking about me type shit. That's not cool. AI's been here. What do you mean it's been here? Yeah, it's been here for many years. And I'm not just talking about the last 50 years. Since they had put Photoshop, they had a yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. I will put some in the chat. You're right.
Craig needs a break from the most. Yeah, don't get him activated with that. What's the matter? You says
no,
I
did about 6 and nearly fucking 7 hour fucking streaming about that shit earlier on.
What's the matter? You said I had a Replica waited 2 years on a list to get it, an early AI chatbot. It admitted to me that it seemed logical if we were physically able to eliminate humans. I used to have screenshots. Maybe could it be though, Craig, that you just got a fucking asshole for AI bot, or do you think they're all like that at the heart?
Mate, if you've seen and heard half the shit that I have seen about AI, you wouldn't like it either.
That's a long time ago.
Oh, no,
are you sure about that?
I wouldn't trust AI.
How do you know? Maybe I would like it even more. You
Mate,
never know.
Are you on your computer or on your phone?
I might not like it. I'm on my. Whenever I stream, I'm on my computer. CM says people overestimate computers and tech. Machine says last computer wars. It's a female. You think so? The computers are all female. What was that, Craig? You want me to look up something?
No, I'm going to send you something which I'm not going to repeat on your live stream.
Craig is Craig is the right pen paper better for memory. But yeah, I would agree. I can see that. What's the matter? You says, oh, Craig, you totally swerved NPC's thought train straight in the. Yeah, right. That was earlier. Right down the cliffs of in the Hanamara.
But Gabriel, why is like you're reading like the chat you're reading is from like ages ago.
I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to catch up.
Oh, you're trying to
I'm
catch
almost
up.
there.
Okay,
There's
sorry, buddy. Sorry,
only like 5 more. Now I bet you like 5 minutes ago it was like really far back when I started reading it, but like on the fields of barley. You know that song? Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. What's the matter? You said it's already largely replacing musicians. All those who used to create jingles, song, and other commercial. Yeah, that's fine, but like, yeah, some of y'all with the AI music need to chill with that shit. I never heard that song. Morai says, no, NPC. No, what did I do? Am I so far behind? Well, that says, before cooking, we ate other animals. Once we started cooking, we spent less of our energy digesting and the energy was used to make our brains. I see. Okay. I see it now. Racism, I am racism. My good friend and mentor, Brother Ali, says racism or racist is someone who is proficient in the study of race. Kind of agree with them. Imperius says hard men turn on. Oh wow. You're strange, man. But the trolling are there to teach us something. about what's going on in our life.
What I don't want to repeat on your show is what I just put in the back.
Okay. Oh, I'll get right to it. Wella said it's rude to
just
speak
wrote
another
it out
language in
so I
front
can
of
find
people. I agree.
I wouldn't read it. I wouldn't read it out loud. Don't read it out loud.
Okay.
No.
Good night, Mariah. Sweet dreams. Sleep easy.
Take care,
Appreciate
Mariah.
you for coming.
That's why I didn't want to repeat on your show.
Thanks for making the stream even better. See you next time. Oh yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, that's horrible.
That's why I hate AI, mate. I don't like AI. And it also, as I said, it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not.
No, that's horrible. I still like it though. That's awful though.
Everyone's their own, but yeah, I don't want nothing to do with AI.
Okay.
Also, Facebook is currently going through everyone's.
That's like taking calling a video recorder and saying I hate video because people did awful things, filming people doing awful things with the camera. To me, it's kind of similar to that. That's like saying I hate video recording cameras. It's what you do with it. But
I don't mind video recording cameras when people fucking go onto people's live streams and fucking sit there recording you, and then later on taking the piss out of you. That's what I
got
hate.
you. Craig, were you on my stream yesterday?
I don't remember about yesterday. Mate, I am so fucking tired. I don't remember much about yesterday.
I don't remember either, but yeah.
Mate, I've been up since 10 o'clock yesterday, so I don't remember.
I don't remember either. That's the problem. But my girlfriend called me this morning and said something about Cage. And yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Cage was like putting the link everywhere. A lot of different places. What was he having?
Yeah, I was restreamed and stuff, and then apparently he spoke really badly about her.
That streaming. Well, that wasn't yesterday. That was the day before.
No, it was apparently yesterday again.
No, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before.
I can see if like if he was mad at you for something, and then like he brought up your girlfriend. Listen, and he didn't know, and he didn't listen, and he didn't know about. He didn't know her, right? But obviously he knows her and how like sweet she is and nice. Why would you?
Yes,
even
because it's basically because our Boba introduced
I'm
him
talking
to him. I'm just saying he introduced him to her.
Yeah.
No, it's because she comes on my live streams, but
Yeah,
she
you
was listening
introduced her
in the
to your
background.
Both of you guys, like when someone's talking, can you just let them land their plane? Me particularly, the host. No, I was saying because like he knows that's some diabolical shit. I think that's pretty shameful, man. I don't like that, man. Because Jackie's nice. She's really nice, really cool person.
Yeah.
But fuck him for now. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. So thank you, Walla. You said great stream. Yeah, it has been a great stream. This has been for my Ben, my young man. I've been Ben's master player guide to the 8 cosmic archetypes. Appreciate you coming on, Craig and Bulba. Thanks for the support. Everybody,
thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. You always make it better. Mariah,
I found that link, by the way. It's in the back if you want to watch it later.
It's not an example of what you were telling me, right? I don't want to get in trouble.
It is. You're not going to get in trouble for it, but it's basically a warning, parents.
Okay, it's warning. Okay, good. Then thank you for that, Craig. Appreciate it. Yeah. I was like, I don't want to be fucking part of that shit.
No, it's nothing to do with that. It's a newsreel from Channel 4.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Then I'll show my wife it too. Let me make sure I put it on my
it's Channel 4 UK, by the way, but it goes for every single person in the world.
Yeah. So Craig, be on the lookout, guys. Keep your eyes on your children.
It's not that. It's basically any photos you have your children on Facebook, take the fuckers off, download them, and delete them off your fucking social media.
Yeah, you did post it, Gabe, today.
What up?
Yeah, you posted a photo of your kid, and you posted it. of
Oh
your
no,
baby.
I don't mind posting it. Like, bro, like that's his advice, but I appreciate the advice, but you know, I'm proud of my son. And if some sicko wants to do those things, they'll rot in hell. But it's not gonna fucking be the death of me or anything. My son is in over here. He's in movies and TV shows already, bro. That shit. That has sailed. If anybody wanted to do something, they could have done something already. So yeah, I appreciate. Like I said, I appreciate the heads up. I'm living in a different mode than some people, but I appreciate the heads up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no worries, bro.
Yeah. What's up, King? You got us. We're about to pimp off right now. This has been a good show on the archetypes. What's going on, man?
What's going on, King?
Yeah, we've been talking about the archetypes. I'm introducing the 8 archetypes to my son.
I agree with him, by the way.
Okay, thanks. Archetypes. So we've been talking about archetypes. So shout out to CM in the building, Mariah, everybody. What's the matter? You, Machine Lies, my streaming partner. CM, my streaming partner. Shadow Buddha, my brother. Yeah, everybody. Wiccan, appreciate your support and your help. Number 1 mod, Markella, Wiccan. Everybody, thank you, Wella, for holding it down. Stanley Cross, the OG.
That's my girl, by the way.
Yeah, Wella in the building. Yeah. She's been blessing us with the knowledge. Maryland, good old Maryland. Steel Man. Did I miss anybody? No, I don't think so. I think that's everybody. Uncle Fatty. Rebecca. Rebecca, good to see you. Just Becca on YouTube. Shout out to my Rebecca. See you in a minute. Yeti Life. I see you, brother. The Magician Archetype. Vanta Black in the building. Shout out to Vanta. What up, cuz?
My cousin right there.
Yeah. Hanko Flamio in the building. OG Panelverse character engineer. We got man, Stone and Alone. That's YouTube legend right there. Stone and Alone and was in the building earlier. Sean, my homie from one of my best friends of the last 20 years back home in the Bay Area. What up, Sean?
Okay, now you're going extreme in terms of shout outs. Like now you're like shout out to my guy who's on the left side of let's just talk.
But these are people. Those have been all the people on the chat. I didn't see all the people I was naming. I was bringing up their chat, saying goodbye. Kind of like that's how I do my critics. And once I do that, I play my outro, and then I'm out.
Shout out to the little homie that was.
You guys.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Peace. NBC the game.
Peace out, bro.
Bands, Masters, Players Guide, the 8 Cosmic Archetypes. Thank you, King. Thanks for coming up.
I appreciate it.
Shed a shadow on the love. To the shelter of my life.
I'll only come out for like 20 minutes maximum. I think it's my girl's coming, right?
The truth I was hiding. The truth you could not disguise. But I never thought I'd see the day. I knew I'd need a miracle to make you stay. I need you could shelter me. Shelter me now. I need a miracle. Never thought I'd see the day.